think people will want to hear what I have to say, so the recording has begun. Hello, YouTube. So, couple of interesting things. So, I don't know how many of you tuned in to the TF Connect stream that happened the other day, where they sat down with a couple of the Valve devs, and they played Man vs. Machine together. There was some very interesting conversations that were happening there in regards to how Valve selects content for the game. Man, that was very eye-opening and enlightening and rather funny to watch Valve kind of pass the buck back to the community like, you know, we only pick things that you guys want. Like, basically passing the blame onto the players of like, yeah, we pick it for you. It's like, whoa! I encourage everyone to go back and watch the entirety of the VOD because I'm very much paraphrasing what they said exactly. So it's on the Critscast's Twitch channel, so the VOD is still there if people want to go back and listen to it. But they were effectively, in a very kind way, passing the buck back to the players of like, yeah, we just pick things we assume that people like, what have we pick things people like, basically. And then, over the years, they've gradually loosened, you know, what they throw in the game, because this is verbatim what he said, or almost verbatim, that they had, like, very long meetings, they would sit down and, like, have these discussions of, like, okay, what is or is not acceptable for the game, and they'd, like, really hammer it out and, like, have more curated decisions and more curated picks. But then as the years went on, they basically just stopped giving a fuck and openly admitted, like, yeah, we just did what was fun, and, you know, we had to balance finances over preserving the game's art style, and they chose finances. So, I mean, is that really a surprise? No. But then they pass the buck to the community where they're like, hey, we just pick things that you guys like, despite them consistently adding unusual effects and hats and other pieces of content that have like a 40% approval rating on the workshop. Like, yeah, we totally picked these things. Yeah, we totally want this shit. It's like, yeah, okay, thanks, fuckers. Like, oh my god. And what's so funny is that Valve inadvertently blamed the people who make the content as to what gets selected, so that's Valve saying that the people who make the content have some responsibility. You know what? I'm just saying. It took a few years. It took a few years, but kind of hearing it from Valve's mouth themselves, like, you know what? Okay, just shocker, I know. It's a very, very interesting conversation they had. Again, I encourage everyone to go back and watch the entirety of that section of that VOD. Just very, very fascinating. Yeah, I mean, ultimately they don't care, right? Ultimately they're just trying to put shit in the game that is going to sell and make them money. And they gradually dialed down their restrictions and how picky they were with what they opted to throw in the game. And they also said, like, oh yeah, over the years we had, like, different people come in, different people making decisions, different people in the meeting, so that therefore different types and quality of content got in based on whoever was in the meetings. And they also said that at one point they were considering removing Halloween restrictions, which would be both good and bad, because some cosmetics have no business being Halloween restricted, given what's been put in the game now. But then there are some cosmetics that have no business being available year-round, mainly because they genuinely fuck with hitboxes and things like that. It's like, please don't do that. So hopefully they never do and realize that if they release a Halloween restriction, that it would cause far more problems than benefit the player base. So Valve, please, for the love of God, do not do that. I'm begging you, please do not remove the Halloween restriction. If anything, go back and restrict other cosmetics that have no business being available year-round, like a giant tower of fucking jack-o'-lanterns jutting off the top of the mercenary's head. Why can I wear that year-round, and not the fucking, the Halloween cosmetic that gives Pyro a metal head and sharp teeth? Like, Jesus. We need more restrictions, like for Smithsmiths, which is in the game files, by the way. Is it really? Is there code for a Smithsmiths restriction on cosmetics? Because if there is, that'd be great. Granted, it's not like anyone uses those cosmetics anyways. I never see the elf hats, I never see any of, like, the Christmas slop in-game. So, not like that would change much, because everyone hates those cosmetics as it is. Yeah, this, yeah. Oh, you're right. The snow noisemaker has the restriction, of course. Okay, yeah. So therefore, it does. Yeah. So it is in the game. That makes sense for sure. Can't wait to cosplay as Candy Can Christmas. Yeah. Um. Second thing that happened during that TF Connect stream was someone bought a something special for someone special. Did y'all see this shit? Hold on. Let me pull it up. Y'all see this? Very, very funny. It's very, very funny that someone bought the ring and threw that out there when Jill was playing with these guys on TF Connect. I found that really funny. Naturally, because this is TF Connect, they sanitize everything so no one can interact with what they're doing. You know, they sanitize, they turn off the chat, they turn off in-game notifications, they have the no hats mod, they turn off everything. Just so, you know, people can't fuck with them or put something on the screen that they don't want there. So naturally, it didn't pop up on their stream, but the timing was rather funny and impeccable, and rather comedic. So, but it was so funny because then, like, Reddit took this and then tried to twist this into harassment, which I find fucking wild. Yeah, you are not allowed to criticize anything that Valve has done. You are not allowed to acknowledge any of their mistakes. Otherwise, you are harassing the developers. I find that wild stretches that these people are making of like, oh wow, they're harassing the devs. It's like, please tell me about what in this is harassment. Like, it's just, yeah, oh my god. It's so funny. And it's so funny because like, here's the silent majority for you, right? Here's the silent majority of 2.3 thousand likes. And then like you scroll through the comment. By the way, this fucking reply is wild. This shit cracked me up. Fucking at Skyman / glad you accepted babe #pog. Oh my god. I could not stop crying when I read this shit. I was dying from laughter when I read this shit. Like, it's just three things that should not be in the same sentence together. Skyman / glad you accepted babe and fucking #pog. Just the fucking #pog is the funniest fucking thing to me. Oh, it's like, it's this shitty icing on the cake. Oh my god, it's like the funniest tweet I have ever fucking seen. Oh my god, and then there's this as well. So, you know, it's totally fine when, you know, they use the ring to harass me, but when someone makes a snide remark about how Valve crippled the game with what is unanimously considered the worst update this game has ever experienced, oh, now it's harassment, you're being mean to the devs, which I find quite hypocritical and rather funny. So... Oh yeah, and then apparently I'm retweeting and advocating for these death threats. Those don't exist, and I never did. Like, they're saying that I'm like retweeting and advocating for harassing the devs and these death threats, and like, where are they? They're not there. Like, what the fuck? And like, these people are like blatantly lying, saying that I sent death threats to the Valve devs or supported death threats being sent to the developers, which is like, what the fuck, dude? I didn't even say anything. I just retweeted this shit. Absolutely insane. Oh my god. It was just, oof. I didn't do this, by the way. This was not me. And people have asked me, people are like, oh, you did this. No, check my inventory. Check my name history. It was not fucking me. Not me. I did not give Valve $100 for this shit. So, not me. Anyways, I just found this rather entertaining. Anyways, like here's the silent majority for you, right? Where you have 2.3 thousand likes, and then you kind of scroll to the replies of like, you know, oh, why do you care? It's old. Your match is fine. It wasn't actually that bad. And then most people openly acknowledge and understand that this update has done nothing but have horrible lasting repercussions as a whole on Team Fortress 2. And anyone who's even remotely coming close to supporting Meet Your Match or saying it's not nearly as bad as it is did not experience Team Fortress 2 before 2016. That is a simple fact. It's crazy to me. No, yeah, I saw those posts on Knockout Forum, of all places, man, where they're like saying like, yeah, Meet Your Match is actually really bad. Like, it was pretty terrible. Watch as they completely change their tune after I release my video. Watch. I have the screenshots. I have the screenshots. Watch them totally change tune once my video goes out. Not that any opinion or statement said on Knockout Forums should hold any kind of water or substance or hold any kind of merit whatsoever. Most of these people that use that place are fucking deranged. But I have the screenshots. We'll just see how they change their tune once my video comes out. Anywho, one more thing before we start. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've done something tasty on the show. It's been a while since we've done something tasty on the stream. I have a special thing here. We have a new installment of Slop Diaries for today. I went shopping the other day, and I found a very interesting product. So if you ever happen to go down like the international foods aisle of your grocery store, yeah, every now and again you come across something rather fascinating. All right, so look what I found. I found shrimp chips. So we're gonna give these a shot today. These are shrimp flavored chips, and the whole bag, by the way, the whole bag, this whole thing, is only 290 calories. For you health nuts out there. For you health nuts, yeah. These are Korean, by the way. This is a product of Korea. We're trying out Korean shrimp chips. And these are just potato chips that are shrimp flavored. They're not like made of pieces of shrimp. I think that'd be a little extreme. I would still try it, but all right, I'm about to unleash whatever this scent is into my room, so hopefully it's not too bad. I'm a little worried. Wow, those are really mild. They barely smell like anything at all. Like, it smells mostly of, like, just mostly of potato and, like, a very light hint of shrimp. Like, I was expecting for my sinuses to get assaulted by just this wave of overbearing shrimp smell. What are the ingredients? Shrimp cracker premix, which is tapioca powder, shrimp, sugar, salt, egg, palm oil. Shrimp seasoning, which is shrimp flavor with wheat flour, shrimp extract. Lactose, dextrin, yeast extract, radish juice, shrimp flavor powder, fat powder, processed skim milk, sugar, shrimp flavor, and that's it. Tomato powder and refined salt. Actually, ingredients you can read. Shocker. And these chips look weird too. They're not like, these are like baked. Look, they're like thick and puffy. More like a Cheeto. Look at this. Like little boats. I'm just gonna go for it. They almost taste like nothing. That's kind of disappointing. Hold on, I'm going for another. You know what? They're not bad. They're actually pretty good. They're not crunchy. Like they're very airy. You know, it's like you're putting a packing peanut in your mouth, is what this is. It's like you're putting a packing peanut in your mouth. They're not oily at all. They're not oily at all. They're baked, totally. They're actually pretty good. Like you get a lot more of the shrimp in the aftertaste. And I now feel the shrimp on my breath and not in the actual flavoring of it. They're just kind of like salty. I actually like these a lot. Pretty good. Damn. I like them. I give these like a 9 out of 10. These are actually really good. Damn, good job, Korea. You made some good shit. These are awesome. These are sick, man. All right, one more. Uromas, also for some reason, warning, but only for residents of California. You know, consuming this product can expose you to chemicals including lead and or others, which are known to the state of California to cause cancer, birth defects, and or other reproductive harm. For more information, go to this website. But for some reason, that's only a problem in California. So go figure. Anywho. Oh, only in California. Nowhere else, just Cali. There's no lead in that, I hope. If there is, guess I'll die. California debuff. Fucking California debuff, that's great. Alright, I got the Medic Cosmetics. We got the tier list. We are now ready to get started. Let's do this. I hope Valve's not going to add Prop Hunt. Nah, that ship has sailed. That ship has long since sailed. Right now, it's all about freeze tag. They're trying to get freeze tag in the game, and from what I've heard, I've not seen any indication that it's been accepted, but workshoppers were told to, you know, keep their traps shut. So, much less information around, much less information floating around out there as to what's been accepted. So, we simply don't know that much. I mean, I would expect the update this week. It might even come out today while I'm streaming. Who knows? We'll see. If it comes out while I'm streaming, then all for the better. We can put a pin in the tier list, and then we can dive right into looking at whatever they added. So. Won't be today, I highly doubt it. It might, yeah, Valve doesn't really work on Monday or Friday. Valve really only works on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. Monday and Friday, they kind of... So Monday, they come in at noon, they work till 3, they have a cookie, and they check out. You know, Tuesday and Wednesday, Tuesday, they have the automated server maintenance, they hang out in the snack room when that happens. Wednesday, they might fiddle around with something for a couple of hours, then kind of fuck off at the snack bar again. Thursday, they might actually get some real work done. Then Friday, they come in at like 9, they leave at noon, have a long weekend. You know, very, very laid back environment at Valve. Friday is nap day, Big pink cookies for everybody. Big pink cookies for all. Okay, before I begin, as is with all the other tier lists, we are going in... Actually, no, I think this time I'm not gonna go. I said last time I was not gonna go in reverse chronological order. I'm gonna go in chronological order this time. We're gonna go from the oldest hats to the newest hats, so we can see how bad things got over time. That's what we're doing. Thing is, with the Medic, I think, has the highest volume of actually good cosmetics. As I was saving all of the images, I'm like, man, Medic has a lot of really solid stuff. Most of his cosmetics are, like, passable to really good. He only has a handful of stinkers. So we're gonna see a higher proportion of things C tier or above this time. So, it's gonna be interesting. It's funny how Scout and Heavy and really Scout and Heavy, and also Pyro, when we get to Pyro, have like a much higher volume of garbage cosmetics. Also, as always, we're not doing any all-class. All multi-classes are being considered here. Multi-classes that the Medic can use. No all-classes. All classes will be saved for the very last of these streams. And just as a preface, don't take these too seriously. I'm seeing a lot of people in the comments and also on Twitter taking these tier lists a little too seriously. We're just, it's not meant to be anything like end all be all. This is the law. It is the law. It's my tier list, the only tier list, the official tier list. But don't take these that seriously. It's not the end of the world if a hat you don't like doesn't go in the tier you didn't want it to go in. Anyways. Been watching your content for ages, love your videos, also can't wait to see my favorite hat being ranked vintage tire lane. That is coming up very quickly because we're going in actual chronological disorder. Chronological disorder is a hilarious fuck up, and that's a good Steam alias. Chronological disorder, think about that for a good Steam alias. Bookmark that shit. Chronological disorder is a good Steam alias. Anyways, let's get started. The very first of the medic hats, we have the Prussian Pickle Hobe. I know I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation of so many of these, so just get ready. A lot of these I'm gonna fuck up. So, Prussian Pickle Hob, Pickle Hobe, however you say it. Classic hat. One thing that the classic hats had one slight problem is the modeling work on a lot of these wasn't that great, but also you have to think about the era in which these were made. And even for its time, still a really good classic hat. Like it's one you can't really beat. It mix and matches pretty well with a lot of cosmetics, so it's not the greatest. So I'm gonna put this like firmly in, I'd say B tier. Like this defines like good solid B tier cosmetics for medic. Dead center. And for me, just the otolaryngologist. Am I saying that right? Otolaryngologist. The otolaryngologist's mirror. This is a classic cosmetic. Like it's just the classic doctor's mirror on the head. It's clean, it's simple. You cannot go wrong with this. Goes well with so many things. It's just good. And simpler is better. Like in my opinion, simpler is like always way better. Yeah, we can't pronounce it either. the fucking description on this is so good. I miss item descriptions. I really do. I really miss item descriptions. I'm putting this in A tier. Top, like, not top A tier, like middle A tier is like really good, simple, classic hat for the medic. Totally. No, the thing is, I don't want to put it in S because a few more that are about to arrive, I think are better, alright? Speaking of which, Vintage Tyroline. This, in my opinion, this is like when people think of medic hat, people think of this. Like this is like the quintessential medics use this one. It's just a phenomenal good hat. It looks good with fucking everything. Even on its own, it looks great. Like this also on its own is good. This also on its own is good. I mean, it's enjoyer. It's simply best of the best for medic cosmetics. It's just good. It's just really good. Dr. Bogdanov is here for us today. Bogdanov is here for us today. I have him on my shelf back there watching over me as we do these tier lists. Here we go. Hell yeah. Physician's Procedure Mask, another just really classic cosmetic for the medic. Looks really good. I mean, again, this goes with like fucking everything. It really does. It's simple. What else needs to be said? It's a surgical mask, right? What else needs to be said? Top of A tier? Bottom of S? Bottom of enjoyer tier? What do you think? I'm gonna bump this to high A tier, and I'll put this with it, I think. Okay, so here's the thing. I have to be really picky because Medic has so many good cosmetics, right? Medic has so many good cosmetics that I have to be more, reluctant to hand out enjoyer tiers because most of Medic's cosmetics are, again, pretty good. So, since we're gonna have so many residing in these upper tiers, I have to be a bit more picky. So I think top of A tier for both of these is like, I think it's totally fine. Gentleman's Gatsby, it's okay. It's a little plain, but it's just another decent hat. I would consider it like another classic simple hat on par with the Prussian Pickle Hob, however you say it. I want to put it in B tier as well, but I'll put it like lower B tier. Like low B tier for the Gentleman's Gatsby. It's just good. It's not great, but it's just good. High C? No, I think it's okay for low B. It kind of teeters between high C and low B tier for sure. But I'm gonna put it in low B tier. I think it belongs here. High C Ecto Cooler. Yeah, if I had like an area between these two, you know what? We'll put it here. We'll have it skirting the line between B and C tier. We'll put it there. I think that's acceptable. Because I don't want to put it flat in C tier, because it's still a good hat. But I think we'll just leave it there. We'll leave it there. B, C tier. Zagoggles. So, I have a rather soft spot for Zagoggles because this was one of the first medic hats that I ever got my hands on. And I also really enjoy this one because it's not futuristic, right? It's like of the time kind of like magnification goggles that look really good on the medic. So these are good. They're not like amazing, right? I think they're also in a similar territory as the Gentleman's Gatsby. So I'm gonna put these also in like skirting the line between low B and high C tier. They're really good. Simpsons reference, Ghostbuster reference, a fucking reference for everything. But no, yeah, it is a Ghostbusters reference because you have the Medi beam. It looks like the beams they use with the backpacks. Yeah, so it's cute. It's a good hat. And I had a couple of unusual versions of these. I had a Time Warp one. I think I had a Time Warp one of these. I love that hat. I made so many stupid decisions selling and trading away all these cool fucking hats. I had a Time Warp one of these that I loved. I think I had an Antifreeze or a Robo-Active one of these too. I might be misremembering, but I know I had a Time Warp one of these. A Time Warp goggles was really fucking cool. I'd like to get a Sunbeams one of these as like I really want to get like a Sunbeams. Well, I'll get to it in a moment. I'll return to this topic in a moment. But next hat, Berliner's Bucket Helm. I've never been a fan of this hat. It's really out of place. Like, I understand why they threw these in, the medieval cosmetics, but this has just always been a very mediocre and not really good hat. It doesn't go with anything. It sticks out like a sore thumb for the medic. I really don't like this one. It's not D tier, because D tier is when things start to get bad, but I'm gonna put it like lower C tier for the Berliner's Bucket Helm. It's not great. It really isn't. Yeah, it's the Array 7 hat. Yes, it is. But I'm not a fan of this one. Not bad, but way too niche. Yeah, that's fair. All right, next up. Blighted Beak. The classic misc item for the medic. It's good. Like, I mean, it's another classic hat that you just can't beat. The clipping on it tends to get a little bit annoying, even with a lot of the older hats, so it can be a little bit frustrating. Okay, listen, it's only a medic girlfriend hat when worn in combination with the Grim hat. If you don't have the Blighted Beak and the Grim hat at the same time, then it's not the girlfriend medic loadout, right? The Grim hat has to have Cloud9 or Circling Heart, and then you have, or the Beak has to have Cloud9 and Circling Heart. And also, it's medic girlfriend. The women don't play this game, right? It's the girlfriend, it's a woman, right? But yeah, that's the only time when this is the girlfriend set. These two have to go hand in hand. Anywho, Grim hat. I also put it in C tier. It's not good. It's not bad, but I think Grim hat kind of defines middle of C tier. It has some decent loadout potential, but it's alright. But the Blighted Beak is, like, I think lower A tier. It's good. It's good. It kind of... The only reason I'm putting it in lower A tier is that it has some issues with clipping on a lot of hats, and it looks kind of strange and out of place unless you're using it with more specific loadouts. But, and also, I feel like it's been kind of warped and bastardized by people who've, like, hyped up and aped the prices of the unusual ones to high hell, where they combine the Blighted Beak with, like, the worst hats imaginable so they can have, like, their triple unusual loadouts, and that always looks fucking terrible. So, And I agree, Medic is indeed too beautiful to hide his face. That's just a fact. I don't like the second style. I really don't like the second style of the Blighted Beak at all. I think the classic one is way better. Women used to play this game. I haven't in ages. Meet your match scared us off. Yeah, it scared you and a whole hell of a lot of other people off. Holy moly. No idea how you guys stand playing with bots for 5 years. A lot of people didn't. That's why most people stuck to community servers. Isn't it crazy that people have, like, already forgotten that TF2 is fucking unplayable for over half a decade, or almost a full decade? Like, that's just, like, it's just gone out of people's minds now. It's kind of crazy. Alright, moving on. German Godzilla, also a fairly okay hat. It's markedly better than the Gentleman's Gatsby. It's just a little, it's just another good, solid good hat. Not great, but a solid good hat. I would say like low to mid B tier. Actually, I don't want to put you above the pickle hub. I'll put you or below the pickle hub. I'll put these like here. This is like middle of B tier. I'll put the pickle hub a little lower. I think these are good. I think these are good. I think it's a good placement. It's hard to make this work. Yeah, it's this. We'll get to some other cosmetics this one looks decent with. I've made some loadouts with it before. Because we'll get to the body cosmetics later. So. Used to be a lot of women on community servers back in the day. I know there was like 6 or so at all times on the Freak Fortress. Freak Fortress, for some reason, attracted a high volume of women. I wonder why that is. Like, not just the normal game, but like all the mods and shit attracted a... I think it's because women enjoy like the social games more, where they're not, and like the non-combatants style things more, and so they gravitated towards community servers where people like more hung out than they actually played the game. I think that might be a reason. I think that might be a reason. That's just a guess. Just a guess. The thing is, Doom Room. That's a very good observation. A lot of people love TF2 and they cherish the characters, right? And they kind of observe it from as like an outsider, right? And they go, "Oh yeah, TF2, the game with the hats, these cool characters, these awesome animations." But like I would say 90% of the people who interact with Team Fortress 2 on social media, like Twitter and Reddit, what have you, they don't actually play the game on a regular basis. They just kind of view it as like, "Oh wow, it's this really cool thing, and it's cool, it's awesome, it's a cool hat game. I played it for like 20 hours, like 10 years ago." Yeah. So it's a good observation. Everyone recognizes the characters from the Meet the Team videos, absolutely. Okay, next up is the Geisha Boy. Yeah, it exists? What? The Geisha Boy is a hat that exists. I don't like it at all. I think it's dumb to give geisha hair to the medic. What were they thinking? Like, of course, the joke is like, it's a man with geisha hair. But, I think the hat is bad. It's not as bad as other ones we'll get to, but I'm putting this in D tier, like low D tier. I've never liked the Geisha Boy. It looks horrible. It is one of the oldest memes, and it's one of the oldest memes because the hat's fucking ugly. It's the medic dressing up as a woman. G tier for Geisha, true. Okay, so now we're getting to the one hat that you guys are gonna have to let me be biased about. This is my favorite hat for Medic. I love the Medic's Mountain Cap to death. It's my favorite Medic hat in the game. Fucking love this one. Looks so good. Matches with so many cosmetics. I fucking love this hat. I really want to get my hands on a Sunbeams Medic's Mountain Cap because that used to be like a super high tier classic hat that people really sought after. It just looks really good too. Like, I miss when sunbeams and burning flames were like the flashiest effects in the game. Though, like, those were the epic high tiers and what have you. But I'm putting this in S tier. Medic's Mountain Cap on top of S tier. I fucking love this hat. I think it's Medic's best hat, truly. Medic's best hat is the Medic's Mountain Cap, in my opinion. Oh yeah, and of course also Scorching Flames, Burning Flames, Purple and Green Energy, Sunbeams, you know, those were like the more higher tier effects back in the day. And then when they started adding all the Halloween effects, and those kind of became the newer, more highly sought after high tiers, and then when Valve started really vomiting unusual effects into the game after End of the Line, then it became too much. It became too much. No, yeah, like Burning Flames and Sunbeams, like the way they're animated and like the way, just the way they're animated makes them look like they are part of TF2 stylization. I know it's a crazy thing to say because unusual effects are wholly antithetical to TF2's design philosophy. But if they're gonna be in the game, you really want to animate them to look like the older effects because those just look like they fit better. It's hard to explain. I need to like really sit down and kind of like hammer out like a thesis as to why older effects tended to look better than like the hyper neon gamer garbage crap we get nowadays. Gen 3 effects suck really bad. I would say a good handful of them do. I like Miami Nights. I like Disco Beatdown. I think Yeah, I like that. I think Cloud9 is acceptable as well. Simpler, match the natural environment and gameplay effects palette. Exactly, exactly. Unusual tier list seats, Sir Pello. Do you know how many unusual effects there are? There's like 700. We'd be here all day. It would take way too long. I did it before. Believe it or not, I did it before, and I didn't upload the VOD because like about a third of the way through, I was like 3 hours in, and I was dying. There were so fucking many of them. Like, if I did it, I would have to separate it into separate streams where I do just like Gen 1 through 3, or I do it by years, right? Like do like, you know, Gen 1 up until end of the line, set that aside, and then the rest, because there's just so fucking many of them. Honestly, I would really only want to do up until end of the line and maybe Invasion, but then like after Invasion, things got just, it became too much. Particle effects absolutely hinder game performance, 100%. Gameplay streams, but every time you die, rank an unusual effect. Oh my god. Well, at the frequency at which I die, it's certainly possible. For sure, it could be done. Modern unusual effects are just bad. I agree. I would say about 95% of the modern unusual effects are very bad. Next hat, Private Eye. This hat looks the best on Medic. It's a multi-class hat, but it looks the best on Medic, flat out. What else really needs to be said about this one? It's just, I don't want to say A. I don't want to say A tier. I don't want to say A tier. I want to say B. I'd say B tier. Kind of in the same territory as the German Godzilla, kind of in this area. This is a good one. What do I say about class recognition? I mean, ideally, you want the mercs to look like the mercs whenever you put a cosmetic on them, right? You want it to be in alignment with their character. That would be the ideal decision to make. Yeah, you can make, like, Sherlock Holmes sets with this hat. For sure. Okay, next mediocre hat. The Doctor's sack, I mean, it's a cute joke, you know, it's the sack you put on your head with ice water when you have a headache, you know, it's a cute joke. It's a cute, clever joke, but it doesn't make it a good hat, right? It's painfully mediocre. But the thing is, I don't want it's not D tier. No, and it is absolutely inoffensive. I completely agree. It's a very inoffensive, cute joke. It's not this ugly, gaudy thing. I'll put it kind of in between the Grim hat and the I already forgot the name of this one because I fucking Berliner's bucket helm. It doesn't have a team color. It should have it. No, I think just I think just it being beige is acceptable. Just a beige color is totally fine. I think it's acceptable. High C tier? I don't want to say high C tier. We have other ones that are going to be in high C tier later, I would say. Team Captain looks the best on Medic. I forgot what I said last time, but I think the Team Captain looks the best on Medic. It looks the worst on Heavy, then Soldier, and then Medic. I think in that order, for sure. Enjoyer tier? I would say bottom of Enjoyer tier. I would say over here. I'd say bottom Enjoyer tier for the Righteous Bison. Not Righteous Bison. Team Captain, Jesus. I saw Bison in my chat. I think I say Righteous Bison. Now it makes me curious as to how they came up with the name of Righteous Bison. Like I know it's from Way to Workshop and the Dr. Groardboard stuff, but it makes me curious as like how they came up with the name Righteous Bison. M Righteous Bison. That's a good name for it. If you have like a strange, genuine Righteous Bison, rename it to the M Righteous Bison. Joke about holy cow. Ah, okay, funny. I would say it's just one of the ugliest hats in the game. It just really, this was a promotional item for, I forget what. This was a promo item for some game. I don't remember the game, and it's just, was it Magic the Gathering? Was it Magic the Gathering? Yeah, you're right. Magic the Gathering, yeah. Yeah, so this was for the, this was a promo item for Magic the Gathering, and it's fucking hideous and looks really bad. As far as promo items go, it's like easily one of the worst they've ever put in the fucking game. Just, oh fuck. It's really bad. This just goes below deletion tier because of how fucking ugly it is. And I've never seen this in, it's old, for the record, very old, and not that many people probably got Magic the Gathering and this hat. Was this tradable? Can you craft this? I don't even fucking know, but I've never seen it in game. Like, this is like the this is like the dump it for get rid of it. This is the dump it for making money, right? This is the anti-dump it. Because the Bogdanovs are twins, right? May they rest in peace, but you know, but they're twin boys, right? If you have one, you gotta have the other. Can you craft it? You can craft it, okay. So, but again, it's like you just never see it in game. I've never seen it once. In all my years of playing TF2, never seen it used in game once. I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, because I am uncultured swine. Cove Corner? Cove Corner? I don't know how to pronounce it. But, you know, a nice pocket square. A nice little pocket square cosmetic for the medic. It's a nice, simple, subtle loadout filler. I do find it funny that it's so small that they had to magnify it in the actual promo, in the promo image, because of how tiny the cosmetic is. But it's a nice subtle detail, right? It's a nice little subtle thing. It's really inoffensive. It's a good loadout filler, right? It's a good loadout filler, but there are better loadout fillers, which we'll get to later. So C tier, I would say. This. I'll bump the Grim hat a bit. I'll put this in the middle of C tier. It's a really simple, safe loadout filler. Nothing to write home about, but I think it's totally fine. I think it's good. Yeah, of course, this was at one point once considered one of his worst cosmetics simply because of how small it is. It's just this itty-bitty little thing. Definition of mid. Yeah, I mean, it's not good, not great, not terrible, just fine, just fine. Surgeon Stahlhelm, in my mind, just another solid, classic hat for the medic. It just really good. Military helmet for the medic. Simple. It's good. It's good. Enjoyer tier? No, I don't want to say enjoyer tier. I want to say middle of A. No, higher A, like up here. In the territory with these three. These three together are like definitive high A tier. They're really good. Here's a funny story. So, long time ago, I forgot where I bought it. I bought, was it a, I get the colors of these mixed up. There's the Haunted Phantasm effect, and then the Ghastly Ghost effect. I had, I think, the purple one of the two. I forget, there's a green one and a purple one. I had the purple one of the two. And, I bought that shit for, like, dirt cheap. And then, like, I got it for, like, $100, I think. Super cheap. Or I got it in a trade for super cheap. And then I sold that shit on the community. I threw it up there for like $300 because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. You know, I threw it up there for $300. This is years ago, by the way, before these effects got like super inflated. And like within a day, like someone bought it for $300. I'm like, shit, I'm rich. And then I bought a whole bunch of other shit, you know, not knowing what the fuck I was doing. And there was a guy that was collecting unusual Surgeon Stahlhelms. And he bought that shit from and so I gave him a good fucking price for it, I guess. So, I used to own a lot of shit that was really expensive with immense regret. Okay, here is an example of a much better loadout filler. The stethoscope, Surgeon Stethoscope, just really good. It makes sense. It makes sense. It is just the superior loadout filler. It's really good. What else needs to be said about it, right? High B tier, maybe? I don't know if I want to put... I don't know if I want to put a loadout filler in A. Maybe I will. Let me scrub ahead real quick. Yeah, I'll put this one in middle of A, because other ones we're going to get to are a bit worse. But still good, but worse than this one. So I'll say middle of A tier for the Surgeon Stethoscope. This is not slop. What are you talking about? This is like this is antithetical slop. This is nowhere. This is as far away from slop as you can get. It's giving the medic in your game a fucking stethoscope. It just works. It makes sense. Like, it's a no-brainer to put this kind of a cosmetic in the fucking game. Like, it makes me want to go back. Like, doing these tier lists makes me want to go back and, like, get a whole bunch of these older cosmetics and use them, because these were so, like, simple and charming. I don't know, do people call only the popular stuff not slop? Because, like, I think there needs to be a more strict definition for what is and what is not slop, you know? Slop has been thrown around too much. It's kind of like Boy Who Cried Wolf, you know what I mean? We need a more strict definition of slop. What am I drinking? Vodka. Kidding, it's tea. You can see the tea bag. I'm not drinking vodka. I had some herbal tea. I kind of want to get more because using this helps me keeps my throat from hurting from talking too much. I don't know. I am not a lush. I'm not a lush. I don't day drink. No sir. I do wish I had more tea. I might go put some water on. Boil. Moving on. Okay, so we have the very first Halloween set for the medic. We have the Dr. Gogglestash, we have the Einstein, and we have the Emerald Gerati. I fucking love this. This is like, and these are the best Halloween cosmetics for medic, except for two others that I'll get to later. But I love this set. It's like, for me, these go in Enjoyer tier because, like, as far as Halloween cosmetics go, these are fucking phenomenal. And look, going back to the discussion of the Halloween restrictions from earlier, like, these items have no business being Halloween restricted given what we have now, right? Like, if these were not Halloween restricted, that would be totally fine, right? This is what Valve used to consider extreme for TF2. This is what Valve used to consider as extreme, which is crazy to think about. I would use this whole set year-round. And with the quick fix or something, I love this set to death. Or, better yet, I would use this set, and then I would get a Medigun skin that has elements of green in it, like a Ghoul Blaster, perhaps. Ghoul Blaster would look good with this, too. You're right. It's hard to find someone who doesn't like this set, for sure. Next, we have the Dr. Woe. It's a bow tie. It's a bow tie. This is what defines, like, B tier loadout filler. This is B tier loadout. It's just a bow. It's a bow tie for medic, and that's it. Doctor Who, yeah, but you know, I never understood the fascination with Doctor Who at all. I never watched it. But it's just a bow tie instead of a regular tie. It's a bow tie, and that's it. It's just good. Looks good. I find it hard to mix and match. I don't know. I think like this with the German Godzilla, or this with the Pickle Who, like this with any of these three would work pretty well, I think. Or this with the Tyrolean, like this is, you know, that's very German. Very German. Doctor Who was on American cable? Yes, it was. I don't know when they started showing it on American cable, but when I was growing up, I could watch it. Yeah, and it also just looks good on its own. Like, you don't need to match anything with it, for sure. Totally. Sorry if you said your opinion before. What do you think of the haunted quality enabling cosmetics to be worn year-round? I don't like that, because then it creates this unnecessary, like, price gouging element where it's like, hi, now we're gonna, like, give traders an even greater ability. Like, we're gonna dangle these ultra rare versions of these same cosmetics in your face. We'll charge you 500 keys just so you can wear this Halloween cosmetic, even though you already own it, but it doesn't have the right color text. I think it's a terrible idea. I think it's an awful idea. Allfather. Mediocre on medic. It's not the worst on medic, but it's just, I just don't like how it, I just don't like this beard at all. I really don't. It just, low, I want to say C. I don't want to say D tier. It's not quite Geisha Boy, but it's like low C tier down here, I think. You can get away with it. You can get away with it, but it's not great. Yeah, yeah, I agree. It only looks the best on heavy, and even on heavy, it doesn't look that good. Yeah, and the clipping, and it's not that great. It really isn't. Nine pipe problem. Here we go. Like, just give the medic, you know, darker glasses and a pipe. This is another like A tier loadout filler. This one is really good. Just, it goes well with so many things. Right up here with the stethoscope. It's just another phenomenal item, in my opinion. Okay, so I will give... I'll think about it when I get to it later, because I might want to give one loadout filler item the enjoyer tier, just for the sake of putting one up there as like showing it as the best of the best, but we don't have all of the ones that are worth noting on the page yet, so we'll get to it when I get to it. Okay, next up we have the Scrap Pack. Ass, bad, ew, ugly, it's just nasty. Why? Like, E to deletion tier, like down here, it's just really bad. Just a really ugly item that it just, ugh. It's Medic's backpack, right? It's or am I wrong? I'm pretty sure it's a replacement for Medic's backpack. Or is it a pet item? I don't even know what this is. What the fuck is it meant to be? It's his okay, yeah, it's a backpack replacement. I'm pretty sure this was for advertising Man vs. Machine. Are we even at that stage yet? I don't even know. It's just bad. I don't know what it is. I've never seen it. I hate it. Every time I get it, I immediately blend it into a new hat. I hate it. Bad, ugly, get rid of it. Okay, so this is probably one of the best promotional items in the game, because if you didn't know this was a promo item, this still looks like something the medic would use. The Quadrangler, because it came from, what's the game called again? Remind me with, Quantum something? Quantum Conundrum, thank you. Yeah, Quantum Conundrum was, this is a promo item for Quantum Conundrum. And this one just looks, giving Medic a really big popped collar, and then like, I don't know what you'd call this, but it looks like something Medic would have. I don't know what it does, but it looks, it looks the part, right? It looks the part. So, I have a really big soft spot for this one. I want to say... We have better shirts, though. We're gonna get to better shirts, so I'll put this in high B tier. Yeah, I'll put it in high B tier. It's really good. Move the backpack up, you sick fuck. What, this? This nasty thing? No. Get rid of it. Surgeon's Side Satchel. This is another safe loadout filler. I like the way this one looks, personally. I actually had one that I used for a very long time. It's good. Like, it's not great, not good. Like, high C tier, low B tier, like, either here or here, kind of. I'll say high C tier, perhaps. It's just good. It's just good. Because there's a couple of other, like, satchel or bag cosmetics that Medic has that look a lot better than this one. But it's just good. That's the kind of item that gets me excited for some reason. I mean, it just looks nice. I assume that's why you like it. Gentleman's Ushanka. Another classic hat for Medic. Just looks really fucking good. Makes all the sense in the world. Another cosmetic of what else needs to be said. Is it S tier though? Is it enjoyer tier? No, I don't think so. I want to put this in A tier. I'll put it like up here A tier with like all the other like super classic Medic hats. It's definitely up here. Towards the top of A tier. It's very good. I'll put it like a bit closer to the top. We'll just say these are in no particular order. They're just all in the same area of upper A tier. No, yeah, this is also a very rare hat to come across these days. For sure. And like, unusual versions of these are pretty pricey still. Just because it's an old hat, and people don't unbox cases that have these anymore. Like, I'll just look it up. So like, yeah, if you want a Gentleman's Ushanka with, any reasonably good effect, you're paying like 100 keys. Minimum. Jesus. What is... I am not paying 167 keys for that shit. Fuck you. God. Bots killed trading. Thanks, Jill. Appreciate that. Moving on. Archimedes. In my opinion, one of like 2 passable shoulder pets. And even then, I don't want to rate it high because I just don't like shoulder cosmetics, but... Or pet cosmetics, but... For the people... For the people... I will put it in, I'll put it in low A tier. This one's for you. This isn't my rating, this is your rating. This is your rating. I'll put it in A. I'm not putting it in high A tier. I'm not moving it. It stays there. You're right, and I like him the best out of all the pet cosmetics because it's the only one that makes sense. It's the only one that makes sense and makes the most sense, right? Just it goes in A. You just hate pets. I bet you never had a pet. Where's my dog? Or one of my... There's 3 dogs. 4 dogs? We have 4 dogs in the house right now. They're somewhere, but they're not in this room. And my cat is sleeping in the other room. So... I don't like pets. I don't, like... When you just throw an animal onto the player model, it sticks out like a sore thumb and is ugly. I just don't like random animals stapled onto the character model. I don't like it. I really don't. Medic's mech bag? I mean... It's the Robo-Medic's backpack, but for Medic... It's not as bad as, like, other Robo-Cosmetics go, but... E? Yeah, it's E. No, not D tier. No, it's E. It's pretty bad. It's E. Yeah, this is like definitive E tier territory. And I'll just get this one out of the way too. I fucking hate the crazy hair, or the crafty hair. I don't know why it just, it's model. I know the joke is that it's meant to look bad, right? It's meant to look bad. But it just doesn't save it at all. It's just such an ugly promo item, and I would say delete this fucking thing. I hate it. I hate it. It's a multi-class item. Just, yeah, it's gross. It's just gross. It's nasty. It's wrong in so many ways. The Medimask. Personally, don't like this one a lot. It's a bit bulky. In fact, it's really bulky. I just... I want to put it in C tier, man, or maybe upper D. It's really, to me, it's lousy. It's lousy. It looks really big. It looks weird on Medic. Like, this looks like you took a piece of the Pyro's head and then kind of stapled it onto the Medic. I'm gonna put it in high D tier. I just don't, I've never been a fan of this one. I don't think it looks very good. I say high D. Just, for me, it's the size. The bulkiness of it and the size of it, it's just, it doesn't look good to me. Of course, it's how people wear gas masks, but it doesn't look good. To me, it looks strange. Just, I don't, like, any class that has a gas mask item looks weird. And it only works on Pyro, right? Because, like, Pyro's definitive identifying feature is his fucking gas mask. So then when you put a gas mask on another character, it's like, it's kind of weird. I don't like it. Put it on the hip, yeah, that's also an option, but I'm not a fan of this one. I'm really not. Sure, it's at least not the full face, so that it has that going for it, but... here we go. Combat Medic's Crusher Cap. Just good. You know, I would say just, it's just fine. No, I don't want to, no, this is not A tier. I would say B tier. I'd say like middle to low B tier, kind of in like around here, maybe over here. Lower B tier for the Combat Medic's Crusher Cap. Around there. Yeah, I don't like the way it sits on his head either. It is a very German hat. It is a very German hat. You know what I mean. Weird people use that hat. It's another hat that I just don't see in game that much. It's not a common one. Was this a promo item? I don't what was it a promo item for? I don't even know. I don't even know. What was it for? Hearts of Iron? Is that what it was? Company of Heroes? Someone tell me. Someone give me what is it? Some people are saying Hearts of Iron or something else. No, we're getting like 50 other games, so I don't know. We'll just leave it at we don't know. Anyway, just an okay hat. Foppish physician. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of this one. Doesn't really go with anything. Just not very good. It's a very mediocre cosmetic. C tier? Yeah, I want to say C. C or upper B, upper D, maybe lower C. I'll put it down here. It's not just meh. Not very good. It's not very good. Okay, so now we have the Exerciser. It's the cross. Also for the medic for some reason. Mediocre. C. D. Also, I want to say C. There's not much to say about this one either. Just C. Put it down here. Just eh. Just eh. And also, yeah, this might be one that they retroactively changed to be for multiple classes, but it was originally only for Spy. Someone might have to correct me on that because I genuinely don't know. But because it has the 2 knives, you'd think it'd be only for Spy, but then they gave it to Medic 2 for some reason. Yeah, this is the Exerciser, not the Exorcist. It's called the Exerciser. It's a reference to the Exorcist. But yeah. So they did also retroactively change it for Medic. Yeah, that's why it looks out of place on Medic. Also for Pyro? Why? Wait, hold on, I have to refresh my memory. TF2 Exerciser. It's for Soldier, Pyro, Medic, and Spy. Look at the change history. Did they retro change this? Let's see. Yeah, so yep, this was also retroactively changed in 2016 to be it was originally only for the Spy. There we go. That's why it looks so weird. Yeah. There's your answer. Looks good with the Grim hat. Yeah, in combination with a couple of other cosmetics, it can work, but it's just mediocre otherwise. Voodoo Curse Soul, I mean, you guys know the drill, right? You know the drill. You know these all belong in Enjoyer tier as just like the quintessential best Halloween cosmetics we have in the fucking game. Love all the Voodoo Cursed Halloween Souls. They're fun, they're great. That's it. Nothing else needs to be said. Just good. Just phenomenal. Yeah, the thing is, 2016 was a very dark time for the game where Valve was making a lot of very dumb decisions, and one of them was retroactively changing a bunch of hats to be for classes that they were not supposed to be for, so yeah. Dare Wintermantle at, just really good sweater for Medic. Like, this is an A tier body cosmetic for me. This one is really nice. Like, solid, fantastic, awesome. Just great. Really good. And the paint region only like touches the pattern on it, which looks really nice too. Like for me, I had one dyed orange, looked really nice. Love it. Speaking of which, Doc's Holiday, also a really fun torso cosmetic. Gives him the floral print shirt. In my opinion, like this is now treading into what could be considered safe slop territory, right? Like safe slop territory. Here you go. This is good. I would say upper B. I want to say upper B tier for this one. I'm not going to put it in A, but it's definitely upper B tier for the Doc's Holiday. Very nice. Examples of cosmetics you mentioned 2016. Okay, so the hat was no name. The hazmat head case. The Exerciser's another one of them. What else did they make multi-class that shouldn't have been? Wasn't the Cotton Head one of them too? The Cotton Head was one of them. Wasn't... Fed Fight? No, there was a fedora, I think, that wasn't all class. Oh yeah, the Dr. Dapper's topper was originally only for Soldier, and then they made that all class. I think that's right. Yeah, breakneck baggies. Yeah, chat's got you covered. Chat's got you. Federal Casemaker. Yeah, that's it. Mercs Mohawk, Dead of Night. Yeah, there's a lot of them were retroactively changed. And some of the ones they did were fine. Like the hat with no name looks really good. Like for example, the hat with no name was originally just for Soldier. For me, it's like it was a no-brainer to also put it on the Engineer. It looks really good on Engie. Demo also pretty solid. Sniper decent, you know. Sub-Zero suit, is that one too? Yeah, Sub-Zero suit. Mutton Man, just mutton chops on medic. It works. Like another really good loadout filler for the medic. We'll put like in lower A tier for the mutton chops. Mutton chops on medic are like, you know, salt and pepper, peanut butter and jelly, just good. Salty Dog was another one. Yes. No, I'm gonna put it in B. We'll put it like here. I lied. I don't want to put. That's too. It's too good for it. We'll put it in B tier. Yeah, medic does have a lot of good cosmetics. We've only got a couple of only a few stinkers so far. Don't worry, they're coming. They're coming. Speaking. Ooh, excuse me. Speaking of which, I hate this hat. It sucks. It looks bad on everybody. Dumb promo item. Looks like shit. Get rid of it. Go away. I don't like it. Nasty. No, these hats are not in random order. They are in chronological order based on the date they were added. Used to have a ton of colored and painted versions of this hat. I mean, to each their own. To each their own, but just bleh. Okay, now we're getting to the Robo hats. The only Robo... Medic got a lot of them, holy shit. So the only Robo hat that looks good, in my opinion, is the Bited Beak. I think this one just looks really cool. The red eyes and the dark color of the metal is pretty badass. As far as Robo hats go, it's definitely one of the better ones. So I want to put this in like upper C tier, maybe lower B tier. Probably like I'll put it in C tier. As far as Robo hats go, it's definitely one of the better ones for sure. But then all of the other Robo hats, I think suck dick. The Halogen's headlamp, get rid of it. The Mechamedes, dumb, get rid of it. Platinum Pickle Hoob, it's cute that it's a radio tower, but it's still ugly as shit, but it's clever, so E tier. The Practitioner's Processing Mask, why? I mean, it's, I guess, another reasonably passable one. Also E tier, but just redundant and stupid when you have the normal Surgeon's Mask in there. The Steam Pipe is, I guess, okay. I like the glasses on this one are cool, but I just hate the pipe. That also E tier, not quite delete, but E tier. And then we have the Titanium Tyroline, which is just ass. Why? Get rid of it. And then the Virus Doctor is also ass. Why? Get rid of it. The Robotic Boogaloo update was dumb. Dumb cash grab. Hate it. We'll actually argue for the processing mask because it looks better in game and for a long time was a way lower cost. How much is the surgical mask now? Find some prices. I'm curious now. The headlamp works. I think the headlamp sucks. I really don't like it. Oh God. It's like the halogen headlamp is that expensive? What the fuck? Why is it so pricey? Huh? Why is this so expensive? Huh? Why is this so expensive? When did this happen? What? What? What about the mirror? What? Hold on. Hey, hold the fucking phone. How is the otolaryngologist mirror like less expensive than the? I mean, a lot of these prices are outdated, but also what the fuck? Something's wrong here. Something's wrong here. There's a disturbance in the force if that's more expensive. That's somewhat upsetting to me. But then okay, so we have so we need to find the procedure mask. I want to see how much that goes for roughly. God. Hate backpack.tf so much. Terrible website. The physician's procedure mask is a refined metal, and then the practitioner is okay, so you can get the normal surgical mask for like a single refined, and then the robotic boogaloo version for 6. So the robo version is more expensive. Why? I think it looks worse. I hate it. No. Also, the fuck? Stupid. Like, sure, but just, no. Like, as far as promo items go, it's bad. Stupid. I hate how this, you turn Medic's head into like a giant golden bullet. Looks dumb in the game. Ah. Yes, Adult Swim. Just fucking, I don't like it. Stupid. Get rid of it. No. Like some of the Adult Swim cosmetics worked really well because they were made to look like they belong on the mercenary, and they kind of fit the tone of the game, but this is just dumb and tacky and stupid. I do not like it. I don't like it. And then another hat that I think is really, really mediocre and Powdered Practitioner, I think was another one they retroactively changed. Pretty sure it was. Let me check. I'm pretty sure this is one they also retroactively changed. I think it was originally for the soldier, and then they also made it for, of course, the wiki died. What is wrong with the TF2 wiki where at least 70% of the time it never loads? What's going on? I know I've said this before, but are they getting like constantly DDoSed? What's happening? Like, the wiki just does not load. Error 503, backend edge failed. Yep, that's just the joy. No, it's wiki.teamfortress. Isn't it? Pretty sure it's Valve's own wiki. I might be wrong on that one. I'm not gonna wait for this to load because it's dumb. Anyway, Powder Practitioner, the Geisha Boy territory, just a bad hat. Don't like it. Deserves a C tier? No, I'll put it in. How about we'll put it in middle of D tier for you? I hate this hat. Looks really bad on Medic. I don't like it. I don't like it. I just don't. Only DDoS when I announce I'm using it. Fair. Okay, so the Baron von Havenaplane. Love this hat. Looks awesome. Just a simple, like, pilot goggles and hat for the medic. Just sleek, simple hat. High B tier for this one. I love this hat. It's just good. Works well with a bunch of shit. It's an awesome hat. Looks great. No, I don't think the size of it's an issue at all. You know, it's small, but it still looks really good. Yeah, nobody uses it. Shame. Oh my god. Fancy Pantsen. Das Fancy Pantsen. Fancy Pants. Looks okay, only works with a small handful of cosmetics. Otherwise, it really just doesn't work well. It's okay. I like it a lot more than this one. Forget the name, but I like this one a lot more. I'll put this in like upper C tier, like up here. I'd say upper C tier for this one. It's pretty okay. Because I wear this with the Das Übersternman, which we'll get to in a moment. And then I use the Hypno goggles, and that's my my Alucard loadout, because I think it's funny. Okay, Das Feeling Better Bagger. This is like, this for me is a much nicer loadout filler than the side satchel. Whatever this one was called. I really like this one a lot more. I like the color on this one. I think the modeling work on this one's nicer. It's just simple and clean. I think this is like a B tier loadout filler, like around here. I like this one a lot. It's very good. Just solid. I have to these. Oh, excuse me. Das guten Herren Cutten. What was it that Germa said? Like his hair has been slicked back with a Snickers bar. Oddly enough, that still explains this hat perfectly. This is bribing you to put the feeling better bagger higher. You can't pay me to do it. I'm sorry, I will not. I am not a dancing monkey that you can pay to do whatever you want. No, I'm not doing it. I appreciate the $5, but I'm not putting it higher. I don't know. I just don't like the way the hair looks very much. Low B tier, we have way better options for hair. I think. It's somewhere in B. I'll put it lower in B. Just meh. Think B is generous? Maybe you're right. Yeah, fuck it, C tier. Fuck it. Das Hazmatenhatten. It's a bit much, wouldn't you agree? It's a bit much. It does cover the medic's whole head, but at least you can still see his face through it, right? Yeah, it's weird. It's a little out of place. Eh. I don't know if I want to put it in D tier though. I want to say C tier. Like, it's not bad, right? It's not bad, it's just that it's a bit much. It's almost too much, and it's really big and bulky. I'll say C. I'll say C tier down here. Like, it's fine, but it just looks strange. Just around here is fine. Das Madden Doctor, I mean, as far as modeling work goes, it's not the best. Kind of looks like his hair is made out of cold molasses. Eh. I'm gonna put it in C with the Guten hair. I'm gonna put it below the Guten hair and Cutten because I just don't like how gnarly it looks. I just don't think these look very good. The modeling work on these is not great. They really aren't. The hair looks like a dog toy. Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, here's a weird one. That's metal meat encasing. Metal meat encasing. Was this part of a larger set? Like that's metal meat encasing. I mean, a lot of the names on these are great. The metal meat encasing. These are whoever did these names, give them a paycheck because it's cute. But like, was this part of a set? Was it meant to go with the Noggin Voucher? I don't know if it is. Were these meant to be part of the same set? These two? I guess so, because like the way the metal looks on both of these is similar? I don't know. I honestly don't know. These look like they're part of the same set. They may very well be. I think both of these are also just really painfully mediocre. I think the Noggin Voucher is okay, but it's not. It's kind of down here with the Berliner's bucket helm, and I'll put this one in like D tier because it's just, who the fuck ever uses this? Like, whoever uses this, and what does it go with? What's the purpose? You know what I mean? Just not like just here. Just it just exists. The Noggin Voucher is not going in S tier, sorry. What will go in Enjoyer tier is the Uber Stern Man. Fucking God, I love this hat so much. This is my second favorite. This is my second favorite medic hat. I fucking love this one. God, it's so good. Love it. It goes well with so many things. It is the perfect hat for the medic. It contends with the medic's mountain cap for the top dog slot, but holy cow, it just falls short a little bit. Solar Light uses the Tyrolean. Well, you know how it goes, guys. Solar Light likes a Tyrolean. Just goes down there, guys. Just I don't make the rules. I'll make the rules. I gotta be consistent. I gotta be consistent. I have to be. I have to be consistent. Oh god. It's a joke. It's a joke. Relax. Okay, I can't do this to the Tirelene. I will not let that man slander and besmirch this fucking beautiful hat. I will not let that man control this one. No, I'm not putting it there. I will not let him have that power over this hat. No. I will not do it. Not this time. Macho Man looks really good on Medic. Just I would say upper B tier for the Macho Man. Or actually, no, I'll put it down here. Put it low A tier. Low A tier for Macho Man. Looks really good on Medic. Solid. Not Enjoyer, but really, it's really solid. It's definitely around here. It's very good. Use Uber Stern Man with painted brown summer shades. Looks. See, I like the Uber Stern Man, and then another cosmetic coming up. I used to use it with all the time. Let's see. But before that one, we have the Brush with Death. Just really good. Fucking amazing facial hair, and just really, really good cosmetic. It's fucking awesome. Another one that just goes good with so many things. It's just solid cosmetic. Really good. Dare I say it's Enjoyer tier, but I don't think I will put it in Enjoyer tier because there's another facial hair cosmetic that I like a lot more. Okay. It's the cosmetic I was talking about. The Medical Mystery looks really good with the Uber Stern Man. These two together, oh, so good. And this one also succeeds with its simplicity. It's just the popped collar with like the Medic's tie, right? It's the whole tie out on display. It's just really good. I'll put it in low Enjoyer tier. I don't care what y'all say. This one's really good. Medical Mystery is fucking awesome. Yeah, they also made Medic kind of, you know, fit, which is nice. Really good. Slick cut. So this hair looks okay. So as far as like the modeling work goes, the hair on this one is so much better than both of these. But like the band they have going around his head, like I always thought this was meant to be like a workout, like a sweatband. But it's not a sweatband. It should be a sweatband, but it's not. You've never seen this cosmetic before? I've seen this one a few times. Top of C tier? No, I'm gonna put this in lower B tier because I think this like signifies like this is well modeled hair and these are not. I'll put this one lower because this one's modeled better. This one's like here. But this is like one of the more well modeled hairs for Medic that is not, you know, Halloween, whatever. It's in a set with the Brush of Death and the Ward. I love the fucking Ward so much. This is such an underrated cosmetic for the Medic. Nobody uses this. It is so good. Oh my god. Another one that looks so phenomenal with everything. Like this with the Uber Stern Man, or just anything. This is also like, this is up here. It's really nice. It's solid. Yes, it is an S. It's going in Enjoyer tier. Sorry. It's really good. I think this is one of his best shirt cosmetics. Is it better than this one, though? No, I don't think it is. Yeah. Simpler is better. Simpler is better. But what's not... It's meant to be like a medicine man mask, I guess. This is a Halloween item. It's Halloween restricted, but like it's meant to be like a voodoo medicine man, I guess. I don't fucking know. It's kind of shit. No one really uses this. E tier, I guess. It's definitely one of like the worst Halloween cosmetics we have in the game. It's somewhere down there. Yeah, this exists exactly, right? This does exist. It's in the game. Not even kinda, it's just straight up horrendous. Yeah, you're right. It's E tier. Not very good. Out of every cosmetic, I swear I've never seen that one. It feels like a new one. It does, right? It does kind of reek of like newer cosmetic. Why not delete? Halloween restriction, I guess. I mean, you could like twist my arm and make an argument for its existence because it's Halloween restricted, so I want to delete it. Archimedes the Undying, I just think it's ugly. Like, I just like the normal Archimedes. Why'd you have to turn him into a zombie? I don't like it. I'm not a fan of this one. I know it has voice lines, but I don't like it. I have to rate it lower than the normal Archimedes. For the people, I'll put it in C tier. For the people, I'll put it in C tier. I mean, yeah, you can wear it with the Voodoo Cursed Soul, so you have that. You have that going for it. No, it's supposed to be ugly, but I don't like it because it's ugly. Just like, oh, it's meant to be ugly. Like, just saying it's meant to be ugly doesn't justify it looking bad, right? Okay, so I said earlier that there were a couple of other Halloween cosmetics that are like on par with these. Here's one of them. I fucking love this item. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce that right. Blutliebhaber. Das Blutliebhaber. I know I've said it wrong. But it's Medic as a vampire with a really tall top hat and vampire teeth. This one's really fucking good. Dracula, yes. Like, easy, it's easy enjoyer tier. It's really good. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is Gary Coleman's Dracula, 100%. Yes, it is. I watched that recently. It's a good movie. If you've not seen Bram Stoker's Dracula with Gary Coleman as Dracula, that is a good movie. Arcana or Spellbound? Spellbound, because I like it being team colored. Gary Oldman, not Coleman. Gary Oldman, sorry. I just read chat. Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman's Dracula. That's a good movie. Check it out. Out of water? Almost out of water. No, it's not Ozzy. It's not Ozzy. Gary Coleman. That's the camping brand. Anyway, fucking awesome cosmetic. Low Grav Loafers is part... Yeah, there it is. So, like, we had this Spaceman set for Medic. So, Low Grav Loafers and the Surgeon's spacesuit. I mean, yeah, they're Halloween restricted. You know, it's fairly inoffensive. Medic dressing up as an astronaut for Halloween. I think they're okay. Like, I just... They're safe, inoffensive Halloween cosmetics. Like, B tier territory, kind of around here. Somewhere here. I think they're fine. It's a very, like, it's, we've said this multiple times before about other item sets. It's very self-contained. You can't really mix and match it much. So, yeah, it's the 60s kind of retro future sci-fi kind of thing. So that works really well for TF2. So, this fits nicely. Let's see. The Ramses Regalia and the Tutankhamun. Sure, it's, you know, Medic as a pharaoh, dressing up as a pharaoh for Halloween. You know, I think, like, this one does have a certain element of charm to it because, like, I encourage a lot of you, because I don't know how many of you guys watch a lot of movies, but go back and watch older movies. Go back and watch older movies, and go back and watch, like, movies that try to, like, emulate older times. Whenever there's a Halloween scene where people are dressing up in costume, people dressing up as, like, a pharaoh was very common. Like, dressing up as, like, Egyptians and things like that was, like, a very common thing to do at, like, Halloween parties in, like, the 60s and 70s. So, I know I'm really stretching it here to, like, say this is okay. It's not great, but it's just okay. So, I don't know. I would say, like, low C tier or upper D tier for these. I would say low D tier. I would say upper D tier for these. I think it's... No, I don't want to do that to this one. I think it's fine. I want to say it's like a lower C tier. It's an inoffensive Halloween costume. Like, it's... Yeah, I would say an inoffensive Halloween costume. I haven't gotten to those yet, guys. Chill out. We're still getting to it. Second opinion. It's a little grisly, but at the same time, I kind of like it. Like, this is as grisly as you can get with a TF2 cosmetic before it gets gross. And also, yeah, the voice lines this one has are really funny. So, I would say, as far as Halloween cosmetics go, it's pretty good. I would say low B tier, kind of around here. Yeah, I'd say low B tier is fine. Delete? Why would you delete this one? It's totally fine. I don't want to say middle of B tier. I want to say lower B tier. Why are people mad about what? Why? How can you be upset with this one being in at least B tier? It's totally fine. Why are you mad? Is there a schizophrenic saying delete to everything? Well, I'll have to delete you from my chat. Speaking of which, Shaman's Mask. Another one that just exists. It just never seen it in game. Ever. Not once. It's kind of in the territory of this one. It's not as tacky or bad, so I'll put this one in E. This one's not quite deletion tier because I'm not like offended by it being a Halloween cosmetic. Maybe even I'll put it like upper E tier. It's I don't know. It's a good Halloween, is it? I don't think it's a good Halloween cosmetic at all. Perhaps I'll be less harsh. I'll put it in lower D tier, but I don't want to put it any higher than that. Vicar's vestments just kick ass. I mean, this goes with this fits well with this one, even though it's cross on a vampire, whatever. Really good cosmetic, awesome Halloween. Like, this should not be Halloween restricted. Like, this should not be Halloween restricted, but it's a really good Halloween item, like A tier Halloween item, 100%. It's really good. And to go back to what we were talking about earlier, like, this is one of these cosmetics that has no business being Halloween restricted. Like, this would be totally fine if you could wear this year round. And same for, like, say, like both of these. Totally fine if you could wear it year round. Let's see. Did the Angel of Death go with the Nun Hood? I think it did. I think these were all part of the same set. Hold on. So you have I have to give myself some room here. I apologize. Let me just... I am... Set 5. Set at 55. Give myself a bit of room here. So we have the Angel of Death. Then we have the Nun Hood. I think, yeah, these went together because they have like the same red lining. So these two went together. I've never been a fan of these. Also, femboy, like any self-proclaimed femboys in chat that use these. I'm not offended by them, but I'm not wowed by these. I don't like the big... I don't like any big drapey hoods. The one Heavy has, the one Demo Man has, and this one also. They're a little big. Look kind of strange. I don't know. Like, I want to put these in D tier, like upper D tier. They're not offensive, but they're not good. I say upper D tier for these. No, I'm not putting them in B. They're not, like, because... Like, you gotta remember here, we have, like, a lot of medic stuff is really good, and so we have, like, a much higher proportion of really good shit. So, these being down here shouldn't come off as an insult to you. It's down here, yes, but up here, it's like, it's still passable. Better than the ward? What are you smoking? Here, you blend up some of these shrimp chips and huff these for some clarity. There's the shrimps. Are they fucking? I think they're doing the dirty on the bag. Smoking the shrimp chips. Let's see. Ruffled Ruprecht? Ruffled Rupert? I think is how you pronounce it. Ruprecht? Whatever this is. Fairly okay. I think it's fine. It's a decent, it's just a decent beard. B, low B tier, somewhere down here. It's okay. Good for a priest loadout, but why is Medic a priest? Like, why is Medic a priest? I've never really understood that angle. It's kind of strange. For a Halloween cosmetic, fine, or like a Halloween set, fine, but year-round, kind of weird. Speaking of which, the fuck is this? Hate it. Also, I can never look at this hat the same way again because the YouTuber that wore this hat all the time was ousted for being an actual pedophile, which is very interesting. What was his name again? He had like a green squid or a green octopus. Yeah, Rob the Awesome. That was it. Yeah, he was ousted for being a creep towards minors. And not like, you know, oh, he's 19 and she's 17. Like we're talking like not good stuff. Also, it's just an ugly hat, so bottom of E tier sucks. And everyone agrees the hat is shit anyways, regardless of the connotation it carries. It's really bad. Delete, delete, delete. Yes, I'm still watching YouTube. Fuck off. Don't do that to me, stupid shit. Out of here. Continuing. Actually, we're about halfway through. I'm gonna grab something to drink because I'm feeling a bit parched. Give me like 2 minutes. I will be right back. Give me just a second. Okay. Turned. I got a drink. Okay, we get the Gregnance going in the chat. Mass pregnancy is one of the worst things I have ever read in my fucking life. Mass pregnancy. Holy shit. That's a great Steam alias, by the way. Just for you saying that about my character, I'm putting you in timeout for an hour. Or for 30 minutes. Never, don't you dare say that about my OC ever again! Don't you dare say that about my OC ever again! I take it as a compliment. Oh god. All the fucking Gregnance, mass pregnancy, mass Gregnancy. Oh lord. It's the funniest fucking emoji that exists is the fucking pregnant man. Oh my god. Anyways, let's continue. Where was I? Oh, did I miss that? Oh no, it's there. Okay. The dough puncher and the Teutonic toke. Medic is a chef now for some reason. Eh. Oh. The real question I have is why, right? Like the real question I have is why? Why do these exist? I don't get it. Why is Medic a chef now? What's the purpose? It's like for me, these should have been like Halloween cosmetics because like, oh, the medic dresses up as a chef for Halloween. But they're not. It's you can wear these year round. C? I'll put these in C tier. Actually, no, fuck you. I'm putting them in D. D tier with like these other cosmetics. They're all passable, but they're not good. All in this territory is acceptable, in my opinion. Why is my music very quiet? There we go. Onwards. Surgery is a lot like cooking. What? So. Riddle me this. In what universe is cooking like performing surgery? I can't even begin to fathom how these two things could be the same. Filleting a fish. If you mess it up, meat gets wasted. That's a really horrible analogy. Oh my god. If you mess it up, meat, you're like, oh, you're referring to a human being as meat. What the fuck? Meat gets wasted. Ah, I hate it. It's horrible. No, no, no. Just for that, these are going in E tier. Just for that disgusting statement. No, just big fat no. Colonel's coat. Colonel's coat, I like it. Unfortunately, does not go really well with a bunch of cosmetics. I mean, what could you wear this with? Maybe the team captain. You'd have to kind of rely on on loadout fillers to go with this one. Maybe actually the Baron von Havenoplane would. Oh, ooh, that looks good. The Baron von Havenoplane with that. Maybe the Prussian pickle hoob as well. Prussian pickle hoob as well. That would look good. Okay, there's some potential with this one. There's some potential with this one. I'll put this in like high C tier. High C tier for this one. I'll put it above the, put it at the top of C tier, actually. We'll bring these down, bring this up. Put it in this territory, I would say. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll work with this. Pretty good. No, I have not gotten to those cosmetics yet, don't worry. I have not missed these. I have not missed these. I've not missed them yet. Next up, we have, where are we? We have, here we go. Here is my personal favorite facial hair for the medic. I love the fashionable megalomaniac. I think this is the coolest facial hair for the medic. I love the goggles. I love the beard. I love the scar. I have used this cosmetic for almost my entire time when playing medic. I fucking love this one. It's so good. Gendo, not almost Gendo. I'll say bottom of enjoy your tier for the fashionable megalomaniac. It looks really good. Brush of Death is almost on par with it, but this is good. This is good. Nice. Okay, let's see. Now we have the how the fuck do you pronounce this? Trepanabotomizer. The Trepanabotomizer. Trepanabotomizer. I mean, sure, as far as Halloween items go, it's fine. It's like, you know, it's like brain surgery, but sure. Mediocre, D, low D, fine. It's passable. It's not offensive. It's passable, it's not offensive, right? It's just it's got so much going on. The medic would perform a lobotomy on himself. Nah, he wouldn't do it to himself. He'd do it to somebody else. You kidding? Oh, and here's the bird head. So the Metamedes, cute. You gotta love it. As is with all the classic bird heads. We put you up here in enjoyer tier. We love the bird heads. We love the bird heads. We love these bird heads. They're so great. Great bird heads. The classic bird heads. Soulful voice lines all around. I love it. Soul. Peak soul. Soul and soulful. Absolutely. Dude, people get mad at me. So, like, someone got really mad at me for, like, putting what is considered slop in S tier. And it's like, how could you put the bird heads in S tier when you fucking hate all the modern shit? Because the modern shit doesn't have soul. There's no soul, there's no intention, there's no direction. It's just this random junk that's hucked into the game and go, yeah, that's fine, fuck it. Candy canes and Christmas trees and presents and pumpkins and skulls and bats. It's like, none of it has any charm. None of it has any soul. The original bird heads were like really well made and well thought out. They're fun, they're good. Just, that's why they're so much better. That's why they're so much better. Halloween joy. Oh yeah, speaking of Hawktua, fuck you for typing that, by the way. Isn't it funny that The girl whose claim to fame was spitting on cocks ended up being a scamming whore. Isn't that phenomenal? Isn't it great that she got scammed millions out of her fan base? Like, are we really surprised by that conclusion? Is anyone surprised by that conclusion of this character arc? That someone whose claim to fame was honking a loogie onto a dick ended up being not a great person. Like, scam them how? She did a crypto rug pull. Cryptocurrency rug pull, where she put out a new coin of some kind and did all the shit you need to do to ensure that the rug pull is successful and made millions of dollars and made a lot of people lose a lot of money. So, on one hand, if you're buying into cryptocurrency that's being put out by a, let's just say, public figure of her magnitude, that's kind of on you. But also at the same time, they intentionally went out of their way to exploit people who were not experienced with cryptocurrency, and that's something they explicitly said when CoffeeZilla spoke with them on that Twitter room or whatever they're called, Twitter space, right? They almost verbatim said that they were targeting people that were not experienced with cryptocurrency and were going out of their way to onboard new people, which is really them just saying we're here to exploit ignorant people and deprive them of their money, which is evil. It's evil. There's no other adjective for that. It's fucked up. No, yeah, I saw the melty that her manager had with CoffeeZilla. Fucking hilarious, dude. Like, it's like he was twisting himself in so many knots to try to defend, like, oh no, we didn't scam people. It was, it's totally. Oh my god. Thing is, I don't like saying a sucker is born every minute because people get genuinely scammed all the time. There's a difference between a sucker and being ignorant. Like, if you're not most scams can be avoided if you're informed, right? And just very basic things like, understanding like internet safety and, like don't respond to a shady text you get on your phone, or like don't click random links that are sent to you. Speaking of which, I got a spam text. What is this? I got from a random number. It just says, hello, how are you? With like the heart smiling emoji. Like, what? This was just sent to me a little while ago. What the fuck? Okay. What should I say? Mashallah, God is, mashallah, what could I say? Let me think. Send Gregnant? Yeah, I could do... What's something fucked up I can send? What if this is someone I know? Mashallah, Allah be praised. We'll just do that. Where'd the number... What's the area code? Area code... I got... Apparently this is a number that's from the Bronx. So someone in Brooklyn texted me. Scam call. It's a scam number, obviously, but... Mashallah, Allah is great. Oh, God. Anyway. Where was I? Where was I? The Gator Guards. Another really good cosmetic. I don't like... Anyone else see this? Like, the way they set up the promo item, it makes Medic look like a midget. It makes him look stumpy. I just... That's what I think about when I see this. It looks like his knees are gone. That's not how... I mean, it obviously... It's just how they set it up. But either way, I really do like this cosmetic. I think it's really good. It adds like a lot of really nice details onto the medic without overdoing it. And so it's good. I would say B tier for this one, or like, I will say C. Like upper C maybe? Upper C tier for Gator Guards. Pretty solid cosmetic. Yeah, that and the ward looks really good. Yeah, it is indeed solid filler. Speaking of medic girlfriend, here we have the quintessential medic girlfriend cosmetic, the Heat of Winter. It is the Heat of Winter in combination with any circling heart unusual, usually the Grim Hat, and also the Plague Doctor mask. Just that this is the quintessential femboy medic girlfriend cosmetic. Always. Always. I almost dropped my mic. I really need a new stand, because look how easy this shit comes out. This is not ideal. It just pops out. It's bad. Put it back. Hang on, I broke it. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. We're good. Anyway, other than this being the quintessential medic girlfriend cosmetic, it's still really good. It's probably like, it's just good. B tier, solid. Just a, what have I done? It's just a solid B tier cosmetic for the medic. I like it a lot. It's just good. Isn't the hood used more? Is it? This with this, I guess? Perhaps? I don't know. I'm not sure. Why is my hair wet? It's not. I have gel in my hair right now. I have product in my hair. Not wet. Stop saying hashtag pog. Stop it. So you're gonna get me. You're gonna tickle me again. I hate that shit. Just fucking hashtag pog is the funniest fucking thing you could ever put at the end of a tweet. It is so stupid. You just throw that in there. Totally uncalled for and irrelevant to whatever you're saying. It is so fucking funny. Ah. I hate it. I really do, but it's so funny. You just got my divorce, hashtag pog. By the way, it's not pog as in PogChamp, it's pog as in fat ass white girl. So fucked. Oh, it's so fucked. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? Why is it so funny? Ah! Oh my god. I tear up because I'm trying to stifle a laugh so it makes my nose tickle. Oh shit. It's so funny. Ah! God. Anyway. The Air's helmet here, Air? I think it's pronounced Air. Pretty solid. It doesn't really get close to the Surgeon Stahl helm, but it's still a pretty decent cosmetic. It gets a little bulky with like the neck and face cover. Low B tier, I would say, or like kind of low B tier-ish territory. Somewhere around here is where this belongs. It's okay. Goes with Heat of Winter. Yeah, it matches that one pretty well. It's part of the same set, isn't it? Or am I wrong? I think it is part of the same set, now that you mention it. But correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see. Smock Surgeon. This is good. This one, it's... You know, combat medic, wearing a smock to deal with the blood and the gore when he's doing his job. This one's really good. Just, like, it's a no-brainer. What else needs to be said? I'm gonna put this one on A tier. I am. Been a while since we had another A tier. I think this is really good. Like, it makes so much sense for the medic and looks awesome. It does. It looks sick. It's really good. Yeah, you're right. Like next in this area, like next to the stethoscope and all of this, it all makes sense, right? Yeah, unlike the chef cosmetic, which doesn't, like, why is the medic a chef now? Why? But like a smock when you're performing surgery? Like, go watch any war movie that has a medic doing his job. He's wearing a fucking smock because there's blood everywhere. Hello. Just makes sense. Chronoscarf? It's a little long, but it doesn't look bad. Eh. I mean, I guess it's an acceptable loadout filler, I suppose. Is this a Doctor Who reference? I don't know. Is this Doctor Who? It seems like it is, according to chat, but excuse me, it does clip with cosmetics, unfortunately, so it's just okay. C tier for the Chronoscarf. We'll say like around here. It's okay. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad at all. Medicine man purse. Missed opportunity. You could have just called it a medical man purse. That flows. Medicine man purse doesn't flow off the tongue as seamlessly as medical man purse. Medical man purse. Medical man purse. Medical man purse. Another really solid. Another really solid loadout filler. I would say B tier, also with like the Das Feeling Better bagger. It's in that territory. Around here is pretty good. We'll pop it here. But I think the Das Feeling Better bagger is like the best of the medical bag, like medical bag accessories. I'll bump this one actually. We'll put this one here. Yeah, there we go. Bam, boom, Joe Kazumi, you got your $5 worth. There you go. I bumped it for you. The Ubermensch, just a really thick mustache for the medic. I'm kind of surprised this one isn't more popular. I'm really surprised this one isn't more popular, because it's really good. It's a really solid facial hair cosmetic for the medic. I don't want to say enjoy your tier, but it's definitely A tier, in my opinion. It's definitely A tier. Kind of like around here with all of these. It's just a really solid one. It literally makes sense. Yes, it does. My stash, I hope to get my mustaches as thick and luxurious. We'll get there. I'm working on it. No. Don't like it. Dumb. Pocket medic? Fine. Cute. But a pocket heavy? Yeah, no. And they made him look like a Fisher-Price toy or the play. They made him look like a play school toy. We're not quite in slop territory yet. We're not quite through 2014, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Medic does not have a lot of slop, thankfully. Again, like I said earlier, Medic has a pretty high volume of really good cosmetics. Host your live. Love this series of streams. I enjoy your takes. Very fun to listen to while working. Good stuff. Thanks, man. Happy you're having fun. I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation of this one. Herzensbrecher? Herzensbrecher. Halloween cosmetics. The Herzensbrecher. Does this go with the Hundkampf or does it go with the Kriegsmaschine? I don't know. Do any of these go together? Or is this all the same set? I just don't know. Is this all the same set? Is it? It is all the same set. Okay. So, these two are really fucking cool. This, however, I know what you are. I know what you are. I know what you are. You're of a certain disposition. You're of a certain taste. You're of a certain part of a niche internet subculture that we call furries. Should have loaded up that Neil Cicerega song to play at that moment, because that would have been so fucking funny, but I didn't do it. Hindsight's always 2020. Anyway, I did it again. Don't do that, please. I would say both of these are like really passable Halloween cosmetics. Like putting these two together is pretty cool. So I'll say like C tier, mid for both of these. Or I'll put them low C tier actually. Put these down here, that's fine. The Hundkampf, however, is a mistake. It's just a wolf head for the medic. Why? E, removal, Somewhere, it skirts the line between these two, because at least, fine, Halloween restricted, right? But there's like there's no charm or soul or anything with it at all. It's just a wolf head that you can dye pink for some. You can dye it pink. You can dye it whatever the fuck, whatever. Hold on, this I do need loadout.tf for, right? Let's go through this. Let's just walk through this together, right? Let's try to understand the thought process, okay? Let's try to understand the thought process. All right, so here's loadout.tf. All right, here we go. And then we need the Krieg. We need Krieg's Machine 9000. Throw that bad boy on there. We need Person Breaker. Like, these two together. These. What has happened? My mouse is gone. My mouse is dead. What? There we go. I fixed it. Okay. So, anywho, this looks cool for like a Halloween set. You could do a whole bunch of things with this one. Like you could do, what's that one called again? The Second Opinion. You can do the Second Opinion with this. Second Opinion, you know, like where it's like a resuscitated Frankenstein monster. Like that works, right? Doesn't this look cool? This is a set and a half. You could do the bolted beak. Yeah, the bolted beak is good. Throw you on there. Bolted. Bited beak, not bolted beak. Bolted beak sounds better, doesn't it? Bited beak, that with the bited beak? Like, dude, that's a Halloween set. But it should be bolted beak, not bited. Like that looks cool for like a Halloween set. That's awesome, right? That's cool. But then for whatever reason, it's this. Why? Can you dye these? Hold on. You can't dye this one. Can you dye this one? You can't paint these. Imagine if you could. Imagine if you could paint these and have these also be green. Oh my god. You have to put it in removal? Yeah, alright. I'll put it in like bottom. Just get rid of this. I'll just get rid of this fucking thing. Oh god. We'll get rid of it. If the fur is painted, it certainly means something. What does it mean? I don't know. You'll have to educate me, I guess. It means something, and it doesn't mean something good either. I've alerted the furry horde. I got nothing against furries. Just don't put stuff like that in TF2. The Templar Spirit is a cosmetic that exists. As far as Halloween restricted items go, it's fine, I guess. It's okay. Right? It does border on too much, but it's at least Halloween restricted, so I think that's fine. I think it's okay. This is a femboy girlfriend cosmetic. This is for femboys, is it? For the record, I've never seen this set in game. Maybe one, because these wings go with it too. I've never seen this set once in game in my life ever. I don't think this could be associated with femboys. I've never really seen it as a femboy set. I've seen it as an odd set, but like I remember when they added this and I raised an eyebrow. I'm like, this is a interesting choice, but it's not terrible. Like I'll put these in D, like down here. As far as Halloween cosmetics go, they're not offensive. Upper D tier for these, I think, is acceptable in that territory. Just meh. Thing is, you're talking about like Death Run and Freak Fortress. Those are different crowds. Oh, saw people with a cloak, never knew it had wings. Yeah, the wings are part of it. Okay, then we have the Vampire Makeover and the Vampiric Vesture, which this one goes way over the line of the original the original vestment. This one is so much better than this. This is way too much. It's a little overkill. Like these two don't even hold a candle to this vampire combo you can have here. I mean, the vampire hair and head it's fine. I guess like a C tier. It's not the worst as far as Halloween cosmetic, but this is overkill. Like it's got way too much detail on it. I'm gonna put this in like lower D tier. It's a little too much. It's a little too much. Is it my haircut? I guess it is. It's a little slicked back today. Oh god, my poor thinning receding hairline. What am I gonna do with you? Yeah, the black being saturated is pretty brutal. I'm not doing finasteride. I read the side effects. I'd rather not like make myself feel I'd rather go bald than deal with the side effects that finasteride has. I'm sticking with Rogaine. Rogaine is showing me some results, so I'm gonna keep using that. Sticking with Rogaine, not using finasteride. Let's see, I think I covered all the Halloween cosmetics for that year. Yes, I did. Surgeon Shako is a hat that exists. It's just not good. It's not. It's just why. It's like a nutcracker. It makes the medic look like a nutcracker. It's D tier. It's not like bad. It's just why. Yeah, for sure. And a resounding eh. Like the only Shako that I think looks good is the Soldier Shako. It's the only one I like. The one for Medic is just meh. The Unknown Man. It's okay. For as far as loadout fillers go, it's not the worst. You know, it's decent. It's aight. I think C tier is acceptable for this one. I don't want to put it in B. I think C tier. I'll put an upper C tier because I think it looks pretty good. Works reasonably well. It's pretty rare too. You never see this one. I'll put it in upper C tier. Upper C. Excuse me. Upper C tier. Yeah, I do like the ones that add like a little bit of battle damage. Like that's fine, but there are other cosmetics that do that go way overkill and way over the line. So, absolutely awful take. Unfriended, blocked, and reported. Guess I'll die. Physician's Protector, pretty good. You know, kind of like the what you call it? Is it more World War I style? I guess more World War I era style helmet for the medic. It's pretty good. It's a solid, passable combat helmet for medic. It's pretty good. Yeah. Now we're in graded cosmetic territory. Now we're entering, you know, post gunmetal era. So or gunmetal era, I should say. So yeah, I think B tier is acceptable for this one. We'll put it around here. It's just decent. It's just decent. It's not bad. Vascular vestments. I don't. It's just. It doesn't look like something that should exist. Does that make sense? It doesn't look like something that should exist. It looks like. How do I put this? Yeah, I don't know how to put it. It's like in my mind, Star Wars comes to mind because like it's a big red medic cross on like a metal plate. Like if it didn't have the big red cross in the middle of it, I think I'd like it more. But just I don't like it. D tier. I would say D tier for this one. Oop, don't do that, please. I'd say D tier. It's not very good. And the style of it's strange. It just looks out of place. But how can I tell it's the medic? Because he's white. Not that he's like, you know, white like me, but because he wears white. You know what I mean? I mean, do I really need to say it? Do I really need to say it? Just some of the worst fucking, just among the worst items ever added to this fucking game are these Batman promo items. Like, what the fuck? So ugly, they stick out like a sore thumb. Just remove them immediately. Okay, so now we're another gas mask for Medic where it just looks really, why is it so tall? Like, it's like at least this one is more self-contained to like the nose and the chin, but for some reason it's just like raw. Like it makes me feel like his mouth is huge. It looks weird. Yeah, it's sure TFC Medic, but it looks really weird in TF2. It looks really weird in TF2. Like this one, in my opinion, looks way better than this one. It looks like, it's also like kind of the weird, like, so like compare this helmet to this helmet. Like this looks way more in line with like a TF2. This looks bulky. It looks like they took like a plastic like painter's bucket, took a heat gun to it, and then warped it around the head. It looks like a toy. It looks like a toy. I don't like it. Like E, I've never liked this one. E tier for this one. I'm putting you back in D tier. I think it's a shit hat. I don't like it. Ah, we grab the right one, please. There we go. Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan of that one. Also, Bunny Hopper's ballistic vest. The meat chef wants to be moved up. You know what? Maybe I treated you too harshly. I'll put you in D tier because I don't like the Bunny Hopper's ballistic vest. I think it's shit. It looks like Medic has been covered in duct tape. Yeah, it looks like it's from a different game. Well, because aren't these both the TF Classic Medic items? I'm pretty sure they are, and they are made from a different game. They come from a different game, so it's no surprise that they stick out like a sore thumb and don't look like... You have to remember, TF2 was designed to not look like TF Classic. Like, they intentionally went away from that game's style to make Team Fortress 2. So is it really a surprise that whenever they try to reincorporate something from TF Classic into TF2, it usually doesn't look very good? I wonder why. Also, yeah, the camo pants, which also look very strange. These all are very mediocre. Oh, like, the knee pads are weird too. Just no. Like, if it didn't have the knee pads, I'd be more accepting of the pants at least, but the fucking pants suck. And none of these cosmetics really go with anything else other than the set. It just, another very self-contained set that just does not look very good at all. The knee pads are paintable? Why? Why are they paintable? Give me 1 second. Anyway. Continuing. Paintable knee pads for skateboarding reasons. Medic skateboards. Ah. Oh, this one. The Medical Monarch. Like this one. It's really weird. It's weird. It's just not. It's another Y cosmetic. Yeah, it's for one, too much red. It removes too much of the white off. Like, some cosmetics handle that really well. Like, it doesn't do anything to inhibit the gameplay at all. Don't get me wrong. But putting that much primary color on the Medic's upper half does look really weird, because Medic doesn't flashbang you like that, right? If this was a white coat, right? If this was a white coat with red details, then it would be way better. But because it's not, it just looks really bad. Like, E, also E tier, it's not very good. I'm not a fan of it. That's the second style? Okay, so you have the second style, but then why have the first style? I don't like using styles as an excuse to, like, lace in the way the cosmetic just should be. Gauzed gaze. I wish it didn't have the goggles. I don't like not being able to see Medic's eyes. And also, I could just use the surgical mask with another hat that looks better than, like, the full cover. D, I guess. It's not terrible, but I'm putting it in D. I just don't like the way it looks. I don't like covering the entirety of a mercenary's face. You know, you have to leave, like, the eyes or some of the facial structure visible. You have to leave something there that like, lets you know that this is still the character, right? It's not Hank from Madness Combat. I'm pretty sure it's not. The medic is a sexy beast. I've said it before. The medic is the sexiest TF2 character. He is the sexiest mercenary. And like, this is the best so when it comes to handling muscles and adding muscles to the mercs in TF2, this cosmetic does it the best. 100%. This is great. What's good about this one is like, there's already not that much to be taken away off the medic's torso because it's just his white lab coat and the red tie. So if you just expose his chest like that, it's not detracting that much from the medic. And because he's also primarily, usually he's always holding his medigun out in front of him, it looks totally fine. Just good. No paintable chest hair. Fuck off. No. Will there be a stream on cosmetic Saxton Hale? Why would I make a Saxton Hale list? Huh? Paintable chest hair would be disgusting, by the way. Like, imagine, like, Joker green hair on his chest. That would be horrible. We love muscles in this house. Why lift now? Trying to get myself bigger, bulkier, working on it. I shredded my tricep. Today was a chest and arms day. I fucking annihilated my triceps today. I fucking, man. Short story. At the gym today, I'm sure other people that go to the gym experience this. All right, so I get to the gym and I want to use the only cable row machine that is in my gym. And there is a couple that always goes there, and they usually get there when I'm working out because I usually try to work out sometime in the morning. And so it's a guy and his girlfriend that I think are really just there out of vanity. I don't know. They're not there to work out. They're not there to work out. They're there to take pictures of themselves. And I think what this guy does is take his girlfriend along with him just so he can, like, show off. Because what this guy does is he goes to a machine, he maxes out the machine, and, like, hypes himself up for 30 minutes before he actually performs the movement. And then he does, like, two, like, quarter reps, and then slams the weights down. And then, like, he's all exhausted. Like, dude, you're not exercising. You're gonna hurt. First of all, you're gonna hurt yourself if you do that, right? He's gonna hurt himself doing that. And so, like, he's just, like, showing off to his girlfriend that he takes with him. And is, like, and then what he does is, like, he sends his girlfriend to go occupy the next machine that he wants to use. And, like, she sets her phone and her keys and whatever down on the bench of, like, the cable row, for example. I'm like, okay, they're using this now. It's fine. And then I'm like, okay, so I go work on my shoulders for a bit. And then I do some skull crushers for my triceps. And then, like, I want to go back to the machine. And half an hour later, they're still there. They're still fucking around on this machine. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go do some push downs for my triceps again. And it's all part of the same setup. So I'm, like, right next to these people. And this guy takes and does the full rack of 200. I think the machine goes to 250, I think, is the max weight. And I think to myself, if this motherfucker moves that much weight in one full movement, I'll eat my shoe. Sure enough, he can't do it. I'm like, just move! Get out of the fucking way! Let people who are there to exercise actually exercise, please! It's so annoying. Fuck off! I hate people that do that shit. Get out of here. And then his girlfriend is like constantly taking selfies of herself in against the mirror wall. It's like, ugh. Hate that shit. Stop it. Get out of the way. You're occupying space that people need to use. Bugs the shit out of me. I hate it. Drives me nuts. And no, he's not ripped at all. Of course, dude, he's not fit. I mean, he's not fat, but he's not like a twig, but he can't move 210 on the, or 250 on the cable row machine. Oh my god. And they're young, you know, they're probably, you know, early 20s is my guess. Just, get the fuck out the way. Anyway, I gotta piss real quick. I'll be right back. I'll leave the chat up so you guys can converse amongst yourselves. My cat is here. My cat has arrived. Go. Trust your ass. Oh, the bearings in this chair are a little too good. Can I help you? Do you not want to be pet right now? Yeah, I guess you don't. Alright, later. Later. Anywho, where were we? Yeah, my cat is a little fat bitch. She's horrible. She's a little fat shit, and I love her to death. She is 10 years old. Moving on. Colossal Cranium. Looks really bad. I know that the joke is that Medic's head is meant to look big, but they gave his head a divot because they modeled over his existing hair and it looks really bad. I hate it. I fucking hate this cosmetic. Please do not model over existing geometry so much that it looks like this and it looks like shit. Oh my god, rip off a Title 1. I really hate this fucking hat. I want to just, oh, it's ugly. 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 It was wonderful trade-up fodder for a time before it got a little too pricey for that, so go away. At least make it D? No, I'm not making this D tier. Surgeon Sidearms just adds a bunch of random shit onto Medic's arm. Why is it there? Why would you not, like, put it into a pocket or something? It's just so, it's just an unnecessary visual noise and crap thrown on. It's not even a good loadout filler. It's not even a good loadout filler. There's no charm or, like, thought put into it. Just fuck it, slap it on his arm. I don't like it. I think it's shit. E tier and no better for this one. Hate it. It's not deletion tier. It doesn't offend me, right? If it offends me, if it's an affront to my god, If it's an affront to my god, then speaking of affronts to my god, here we go. The Santa. Who can, like, who? 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 Seriously, who? Like, tell me who? Who likes this? Who and why? Fuck, just so dumb and tacky. I hate this shit. Who asked for this? Who asked for this one? God, this is deletion. Just get this out of here. Fuck, it's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. I hate it. I know it's, yes, who is an owl? Who's doing owl noise? Hate it. Palette cleanser. Field practice. Really good hat. Badass beret and headset. Looks awesome. A tier. This is a really good hat. This is a really good hat. I was really happy when they added this one. It's awesome. I think it's sick. It is badass. Yeah, I love this hat too, and no one uses it. It's very good. Yep, I agree. Fits perfectly with the colors, art style. I do think the emblem is a little big. I think they could have shrunk that down a tad, but it's a really good hat. Battle Boonie, another one. Like, think about this, right? Like you know, medic in any remotely tropical environment, right? It just makes sense that he would be using a hat like this, you know, for like military style, right? You know, it's like a canvas hat. It just works. It just makes sense. It's a really solid, clean, simple hat. I'm putting it in B. It's not A tier, but it's definitely like a B tier hat in this territory. It's very good. It's very good. It makes sense. It's good. And then we have the Vitals vest. If you're going to recolor a lot of Medic's torso, this is the way to handle it. You need to use the tertiary colors in his palette. That looks the best because it lets the white stand out and continue doing the job that the white is supposed to do. Because the white is the brightest part on the Medic and occupies the most amount of visual real estate because you're supposed to look at that and go, oh, that's the Medic, right? So when you incorporate the darker team colors, the tertiary colors on there, it's still letting the white be the brightest element on his body and lets players recognize him as like, oh, yes, that is still the Medic. So this one's just okay. I would say C tier, probably, maybe D tier. This territory. It's like acceptable. What the fuck were they thinking? Like seriously, what the fuck were they thinking putting this set into the game? Like, dude, yeah, put fucking Star Wars in TF2. Awesome. Yeah, great, wonderful. I still cannot believe they put a snowtrooper set for Medic in the goddamn game. That blows my mind, right? This is awful and should have never been put in the game. There's no charm to this. It's not even incorporated to make it look like it's something that would be in alignment with like TF2's tones, themes, and stylization. It is just a Star Wars set. It is just a Star Wars set. It fucking blows and does not belong in TF2 at all. Immediate deletion, immediate removal. This should not be in the game. Period. Terrible. Just like it's no better than the fucking Batman cosmetics. It's no fucking better than the Batman cosmetics. At all. It's the same category for me. Get them out of here. A reference that's that on the nose is terrible. Anyway, Scourge of the Sky. I don't like the collar on this one. If the collar was like a white collar and not this darker saturated color, I think it would look a lot better. So I'd say also D tier. I don't want to put it in. I'll put it in D tier. Like it goes with like all these other very mediocre shirts. I'm put it in D. I'm not a fan of it. It's just a cat. It's just a cat. It's just a cat on Medic's shoulders, and that's it, and nothing else. Goodbye, Harry. You're cute, but not for TF2. Oh, but you have a cat. You should like it. I love cats, but not in TF2. Not like that, anyway. I mean, they're not offensive, but like, why is Medic a priest, right? I don't understand why that angle started happening for Medic. Like, why is because he has a cross on him? Is that why? Really? The side chops aren't that bad. I think the side chops are fucking awful. Like, I think these blow and need to be. They're almost removal tier. They're ugly. The hat is like I'm not angry at it, but I guess just fine. It's not even like good slop, right? Like if I'm putting these down here, I'm gonna put this down here too. Just you belong in E. Yeah, so many bad Medic cosmetics are, he's just a healer, so therefore it works. Just bleh. Snowcapped, I would like this a lot more if it didn't have the flaps on the side. Because the hat looks really nice, the facial hair looks really nice, but the flaps really take away from this one. Even then, it's still fine. You know, I still say C tier for this one. It's just fine. It's just fine. C tier, like, around here, I'd say. It's just okay. It's okay. Yeah, model out the flaps and then it would be far better. I love the beard. The beard's the best part about this. The hat's also pretty good, but I would prefer just to have that beard and then mix it with like the Medic's mountain cap, right? Thank God we have like the brush of death, right? And the fashionable megalomaniac. Those are great. But I don't like the flaps. I don't. Okay, and now we have the Silence of the Lambs reference here. So, again, if much like the Chef set, if this was Halloween restricted, I would be like, yeah, this is totally fine, right? Because like tonally, this is appropriate for the game. It's referencing like a very dark comedy, dark drama movie, right? You know, it's like tonally it's acceptable, but these really should have been Halloween restricted. They really should have been. And because they're not, I just think it's really inappropriate to have something like this available year-round. It shouldn't be. Like, as a Halloween set, it's really good, and I think it is an on-the-nose reference, but it's at least tonally appropriate for the game. So, and also it's not like, oh, it's this character. Like, they actually use these things in insane asylums, right? So it's like generally applicable. If you never watched Silence of the Lambs, you'd see this and go, oh, okay, yeah, that works for Medic, right? Insane Asylum, it's fine. Straight Jacket and the anti-biting mask, right? That's fine. But it really should be Halloween restricted. It really should be. Who enjoys these? Who likes the pocket cosmetics? Like, why? Like, someone's out there, but I've only ever seen these used as trade-up fodder. They're fucking awful. Just pure 13-cent trade-up fodder, that's all they're good for. That's all they're good for. Yeah, why would you ever use this when Archimedes exists and looks way better? And, like, why did they make it look like a stuffed animal? Why not just have Archimedes in your pocket? Why'd they make it like a little stuffed sock puppet? It's weird. No. Speaking of weird. There we go. Speaking of weird, Daft Punk is now in TF2. The Flatliner is like, this is not the right kind of futuristic style that you want to have in TF2. This looks like something out of The Sixth Sense and not out of, say, like a retro future, like the Jetsons, right? But it's animated. It's animated. Yeah, no. It's not the right type of style for the game at all. I just don't think it's. I really don't think this one's appropriate for TF2 at all. I just don't. I think it's bad. E tier for the flatliner. I really don't think it's appropriate at all. It should not be in the game. Star Trek, not even Star Trek looks like that. Just okay, now we have the self-care. If it didn't have the neck brace, I would like this more, but the neck brace is so bulky. The neck brace really is the worst part of it, frankly. If again, like, but why would you ever use this when we have this one that looks so much better? This one looks so much better than this one does, in every way, shape, and form. Like also E tier, it's not good at all. The neck brace really kills it for me. It really does. Yes, it is better than the sack. This thing fucking blows. I hate this thing. It's so ugly and bad. No, remove it. Speaking of ugly and bad, no one likes the cardboard cosmetics. No one likes the cardboard cosmetics. No one can make a serious argument for the existence of these cardboard cosmetics. Even as Halloween restricted items, they are amongst the worst things ever put into Team Fortress 2. Totally inappropriate, stylistically inappropriate, they're just fucking dumb, tacky garbage nonsense. They're all terrible and should not be in the game, period. And they named this one the Rolf Copter. Like Rafflecopter, except it's Rolf. German name. Or European name. Everything this cosmetic stands for is antithetical to what TF2 should be. Get rid of it. I fucking hate these. Fucking hate them. Just because of the name alone, get rid of it. What else needs to be said, right? Like, do we really need to add to this? Like, do we really need to say anything about this one? Just immediate worst. Dead serious, please. And I ask everyone in my chat right now to be as serious as possible. Does anybody in my chat actually like the elf cosmetics in this game? Does anyone use these and seriously enjoy them? Anyone who said yes is getting banned. I'm kidding, by the way. See, I can't even tolerate these. I can't even tolerate these. I hate them. They're so terrible. So awful. Like, if TF2, going back to our discussion earlier, if TF2 had a Christmas restriction, fine. But no, these you can just have these year-round, I guess? Sure, why not? Fuck it. Ugh. Also, were these ever part of a set? We just had pajama, they're just PJs. They're just pajama bottoms for Medic. Just... See, like, what happened after 2015 is the reasoning behind making cosmetics stopped, and it just kind of went to make X thing but for Medic without any kind of logic or reason behind them. People just going like, yeah, fuck it, this is fine. Like, fuck it, you know, just put PJs on Medic. Just... E tier, almost deletion tier. They're so dumb and tacky. I don't like these at all. So, several things. You already know why I hate this cosmetic. You already know why this is a travesty, a disaster of an addition into Team Fortress 2. One, peak femboy cosmetic. It looks terrible. And for medic, why would you ever use this when the surgical mask exists? Why would you ever use this? Is like form-fitted, it fits to medic's face, it looks so much better. The way this thing is modeled is terrible. And not only that, it's referencing COVID. Why? Why would you think this is okay to make and then add to the game? And only femboys use it. Only femboys use this. No one else uses this other than people who are femboys. I mean, I'll say it again. Femboys use this. And it's shit. Get rid of it. I got nothing against femboys. Don't impose the aesthetic into TF2. Don't do that. Terrible. This is also for medic for some reason. It's just this came into the game with a whimper. This came into the game like a frog's fart. It got plopped in and no one gave a shit because it is terrible. It's like the eyelashes of a mockingbird fluttering in the wind. You don't hear it, you don't see it, you don't acknowledge it. It just floated into the game like the useless thing it is. It just should not be here. It's awful. Who voted for this? Exactly. Who wants this? How dare Valve say that, oh yeah, we're picking what you guys want? Who wants this? Seriously. So bad. It's so bad. Soulless, ugly head replacement. Even the Beep Man is far better than this. Jesus Christ. It's just like, do you need the bug eyes? Can it just be the head? Can it just be the brain? It's ugly and it's tacky, right? Like there's nothing charming about this at all. Just yeah, the eyes really do ruin it, I think. I just ugh. I mean, also E tier, it's pretty bad. Again, if it was Halloween restricted, fine. But it's not. Mars attacks from Temu. Okay, that was really good. That was really good. Okay, we have the lavish labware. This was a nice breath of fresh air when this one was put in the game. It's just a really solid lab coat, but the hair and goggles that go with it, I really do not like these. I really don't like the hair and goggles, but the lab coat is really solid. The lab coat's like a solid B. Solid B tier lab coat, looks really good. But this hair, I do not like it at all. Like, I'll be generous with it and I'll put it in D tier. It's just, compared to all the other hair cosmetics we have, like even these poorly modeled ones fit the medic far better than this. Because the combination of hair, goggles, mustache is too much. Remove the goggles would have been more acceptable. Probably has a style for that. Doesn't mean then you should have never added the goggles in the first place. Medic is German, so Oktoberfest, so it's fine, I guess. I guess D tier for this one too. I mean, I'm not offended by it, but it's not a good hat. I'm gonna say D tier. Saves, yeah, saves. I would say save slop at like, yeah, save slop at worst. Yeah, just I'm not me. Yeah, and yeah, three different cosmetics, all the different styles it has. I just don't like the fact that there's so much. Stop it. Just make the hat good without having to rely on styles. Stop it. The Fizzy Pharmacist and the Soda Cap. The Soda Cap can only be worn with the Fizzy Pharmacist. Otherwise, it just doesn't work at all. The second style on the Fizzy Pharmacist looks really good because it removes the stripes. The stripes are really the biggest detractor from this. And it makes... And also, why is the medic at a soda fountain? Why is the medic at a soda fountain? just because he can be. That's his job now. He lost his medical license and now he serves soda pop, cherry phosphates, and hot fudge sundaes because fuck it, I guess. Sure. I guess it's because back in the day, pharmacies were also diners, and you could go get like, you know, diner food at a pharmacy. I guess that's the stretch they're making, but then why is Medic making the ice cream? Just, it's not really an appropriate set. Like, again, if this was a Halloween set, sure, that's fine. It's not offensive to look at, it's okay, but like, why is the Medic serving soda? I'll put it with like the chef set for the same reason, where like, again, it would be inoffensive if it was like a Halloween costume, but there's a reason why people don't use these year round. And they're cheap to get. Dr. Pepper, yeah, Dr. Pepper. Fuck it. Fuck it, why not? Wooly Pulley. Breath of fresh air. Solid Christmas sweater. Just looks good. B tier for this one. It's just a solid sweater. You can't go wrong. A good, comfy winter cosmetic. It's not tacky. It's not on the nose. It, you know, it has, you know, it's got Archimedes and, you know, the heart rate on there. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it goes well with a lot of stuff. Yes. Medical emergency. I hate this cosmetic because it's just a Half-Life asset, but inside of TF2. And so when you take something that has been stylized for another game, and then you put it in TF2, it's gonna look really bad. This sticks out like a sore thumb, and for that reason, it sucks. I don't like it. No, this is Half-Life. Nope, this is Half-Life. This is the Half-Life medkit. I just, it looks really bad. It just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit at all. All these other medic bags are so much better. But like you say, bad execution, how else were they supposed to execute it? Because the purpose of the item's creation was to reference Half-Life. A game with a totally different piece of stylization, right? It's like the Mario hat for Engineer. How could have they made the Mario hat for Engineer better? It's meant to be the Mario hat. And so they both stick out like a sore thumb. This is Half-Life, not Team Fortress Classic. Okay. The Uber Wear is, like, hands down, one of the best cosmetics that this game has received in, like, the past 5 years. Like, when cosmetics got really bad after 2019 and things started coming back, we started getting some better cosmetics in the game. This one looks so fucking good. Hands down, just one of the best items in the game, and one of the best items for medic, period. It's like top of enjoyer tier. Like this, I wear these. I wear the Uber Wear and the Medic's Mountain Cap. It is so good. Kick-ass cosmetic. Simple is better. Always simple is better. And it's so expensive, I'm sorry. But it's just a really good cosmetic. And so then we take the injured... Now we've taken the injured mercenary and we've taken it all the way to the extreme. The end member case, where it just looks really bad. It's too much. It's like overly tacky. You got his... Why his whole head? Like, again, why would you ever use this when this one exists and looks so much better and still looks like the medic? Is he even alive at this point? I guess he is. And yeah, you're right. It's just ugly. There's nothing visually appealing about this set at all. It looks so bad. Just, oh my god, like... They're almost, like, these are like bottom of E tier. I'll put this in delete. But like these are bottom of E tier, only passable because like fine, he's been treated in the field for injuries, but it just looks so and like the wrappings are all. It looks like his head's been wrapped in Play-Doh. His head's been wrapped in Play-Doh. Like, it looks like they took, what's the, like, fondant, like cake fondant. They wrapped Medic's head in cake fondant. It doesn't look like bandages at all. Ugh. Looks really bad. It's so inappropriate for TF2. Like, it's even worse than the fucking Snow Trooper set in the Batman cosmetics. This should not be in the game. There is no justification for this being in the game at all. And the only justification people have for this is because they like the way it looks. Or let people enjoy things. It's just, yeah, very subtle reference, nice subtle reference here. Just, oh my god. Terrible. Get rid of it. And so people get mad at me, right? People get mad at me when I say Fortnite. This is Fortnite. Like, if Fortnite were an adjective, you look it up in the dictionary, this is what comes up. Awful. Should have never been put in the game. Awful. And it's animated, because fuck it, why not, right? Screw it, throw more visual noise on the screen. We've already got all the other crap in the game, can't get much worse. So, why did they make the medic like a French interior decorator? Why does this man look like he's gonna consult me on the drapes I have on my windows? Why is he gonna scold me for having the wrong color fabric on my chairs? This does too much. It's got the mustache, the weird, like, are these goggles or glasses? I don't even know. The headphones, the hat. It's 5 cosmetics in one, frankly. It's too much. It's way too much. E, I guess? E tier? That territory, it's just too much, man. Looks like it doesn't even look like a James Bond villain. Again, it looks like someone that's about to consult me on the color of flowers I have in my garden. It doesn't even look like the medic anymore. Ugh. Puffed Practitioner is okay. The modeling falls a little bit short to where it's almost too thick. It's almost too puffy. But it's just, it's fine. Like, it strikes the middle ground of, like, it's an acceptable, winter coat. It's not too terrible looking. C tier, like, definition of C tier, kind of in this area, fine. Bottom of C tier, put you there. Not rating you higher than that one. Bottom of C tier for you, it's fine. Do I wear this type of coat? No, because in Texas, we don't have winter. We have fall, and then fall part 2. No, okay, so these are the Texas seasons. We have summer. We have summer part 2. Then we have fall, and then we have summer part 3. Lol, we're not actually gone yet. And then we have fall for about 2 weeks. And then in that 2 weeks of fall, we might have like 1 or 2 days that get below 30, like below freezing. And then spring for 5 months, and then another 5 months of summer. That's how the seasons work in Texas. And we can experience all 4 seasons in one day. Okay, now we have this Gordon Freeman set. So I love the glasses and the beard. The glasses and the beard are phenomenal. Tasteful way to reference it in the game. But then you have the vest, and the vest suffers from the same problem as the medikit, where it's stylized for a different game, and then they bring it into Team Fortress 2, and then it sticks out like a fucking sore thumb. It really does. The hat and glasses, I think, are really good. I'm gonna put these in, like, upper B tier. Upper B tier for these. It still looks like medic, it's fine, it's good, but this just... Sure, you're right. It could be way worse. And thing is, I did praise it, I changed my mind. I'm allowed to change my mind. And now I changed my mind on this one. It sticks out in the worst way, man. Just... D, it's still better than this, right? Like it's still stylized enough for the game, and like his arms are still there. That's fine. So I'll put it in like low D tier. But I've very much changed my opinion on this one now that I've had more time to think about it. I'm not flip-flopping my opinions. I changed my mind. I'm allowed to change my mind. Why? Someone explain this to me. Someone explain this to me why on the internet you are not allowed to change your mind. Why are people demonized and condemned for changing their mind about something on the internet? Is it because the person disagrees with how you've changed your mind? Because they used to agree with you and now they don't, now they're mad at you? Or like what's the deal with this? So someone explain it to me like I'm a child. Why is changing your mind a bad thing? Gotta take sides. Yep, we know how the internet. We know how the internet works, man. Gotta take sides. Gotta fight. Always gotta fight about something. Finality on the internet. It's only like finality only exists on the internet if you've done something that you've angered enough people for them to amplify it, and then it becomes permanent because of how many people were exposed to it, right? It's very fascinating to me. People think changing your mind looks inconsistent. I think I've been. That's true, right? Like, if you change your mind all the time, fine. But at least for me, I think I've been fairly consistent with my opinions and what I say in regards to Team Fortress 2. Sure, things have changed a little bit, but by and large, I've stood by what I've said. And maybe a handful of cases I have changed my mind completely about something. Oh yeah, I mean, sure. Before I said I didn't think Sniper needed a nerf, now I think he does. Because when was that clip? Like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago? Fucking, I was in my second apartment, 2017, 2018? So it was 6 years ago. So, God forbid an opinion change from 6 years ago. Anyway. Tropical Brim kind of sucks, and the Watchman's wetsuit was really bad because when you model over a character's existing geometry, like, look at this, right? It's like the hands are conveniently left out because what did they do here? They modeled over this shit, and it made really thick and girthy forearms. He's got little sausage arms, little baby hands. It looks really fucking bad. I almost deletion tier because of the modeling job on this one. It's really fucking bad. And I would like this hat a little bit more if the brim was thinner. Why is the brim so thick? And the glasses feel super wide. Like you could have narrowed, like the lenses could have been a little smaller. You could have narrowed them a little bit. It's like, there's some flaws with this one. It's like, it's not horrible. I don't hate it, but it's not good. D tier, somewhere around here. And then the modeling work on this one is terrible. Like it's this one, it's like squeezing his head. It's just This one's also very mediocre. I'm gonna say E tier. E tier for this one. Pretty shit. And then we have the Witch Doctor. If it was just the hat, fine. But you don't need the skull. As far as Halloween cosmetics go, probably one of the most forgettable and just E down here, just not good. And to top things off, The duality of mantle. Extreme slop. Yeah, I agree. I also consider this as extreme slop. This has no bit, like, if this was Halloween restricted, fine, but it's not. It's really tacky, really gaudy, genuinely Fortnite. Like, this is something you'd expect people to be wearing in Fortnite. Like, little cute little devil horn hoodie, a cute little angel wings hoodie. Look at my, and I have like the rainbow candy cane hammer that, you know, to break. I don't know how Fortnite works. I know they have hammers and guns and they build shit. That's as far as I know. Just fuck. Yeah, this does not, it sucks. I would say delete. Delete this one. Deletion tier. Sucks. Shouldn't be in the game. F for femboy. Deletion for femboy. And that's a wrap. That is the tier list. That is the official Medic Cosmetics tier list done. And it's pretty crazy, like, how many good cosmetics the Medic has. So many of them are really good. And again, we did this in true chronological order to walk through, like, how we went from, like, consistently really good shit to, like, mediocre to really bad shit. And I'm gonna keep doing that for the rest of the tier list, because it's just, it's so fun. Like things really did get bad for a time. And we still haven't quite recovered. Pyro is definitely gonna have some twists and turns. I will say that much. Whenever I decide to get to Pyro, there will be some twists and turns. The Pyro tier list is gonna be a shit show. It's gonna be, and that's why it's last. That's the last one. Pyro's gonna be the last one. So who do I have left? Engineer, Soldier, Pyro, and then all class. I think that's it. Those are the last four that I have. Those are the last four that I have. I said Soldier be last despite somebody. It was a joke, not being serious. Pyro is going to be last. And I'm not doing a Fem Pyro tier list. I'm not going to do it. We have to maintain, it has to be strictly within the game. No Fem Pyro mod. You know, no Fem Pyro mod taken into consideration when I'm making this tier list. No, I'm not going to do it. I won't consider it. Fingers aren't totally crossed behind my back right now. We'll get new cosmetic case in a week. Will I add them to the further in the tier lists? Yeah, probably not. Anyways, I'm going to cut the recording. So goodbye to YouTube. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.